Okie dokie artichokey, here we are to play some Avatar. Almost rhymed. We're getting there. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to tonight's session. We're missing a couple people tonight. And we'll deal with it as we do. They will be in charge of dead bodies, unless terrible things happen to them as a real person. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Welcome to session 3. We're calling this the short road because it's another traveling session. But on the road was already taken, so road titles. Let's see. Let's get a quick recap for what happened a couple weeks ago. If you all are ready to recap, you guys can read from your own notes, or you can verbally tell me what did you do last session. Anybody?
I can go.
Yeah, go.
So most of us got into a fighting ring and proceeded to irritate a couple of the different teams in there. I think it was Quang who was threatened by the lady in red. No, it was Young. Or Long Wanfeng was threatened by a lady on the red team that if he ever got in her way like that again, she would kill him.
Okay. Yep.
There was a big spat between Fang and Quang.
Yes.
Just realized how close those names are.
I think you mean Kwong, because it rhymes with strong.
Yeah, Quang. Sorry. Still trying to remember pronunciations, and it's a little difficult. So that happened, and there was a big spat between the two, where Quang eventually just kind of got fed up and left. And Gon just kind of sat at the side watching it all because he didn't really see a point to jumping into a illegal fighting arena, and just kind of kept his hands to himself. And whenever anybody would leave the arena, he would go over and kind of help them out a little bit, just heal them. Yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it. Oh, we had also found the two priests that we were originally sent there looking for, and kind of bullied them, I guess, into going back to the temple where we were originally supposed to send them.
Okay. Yep.
And that's kind of about where we ended, I believe. I don't think I'm really missing anything.
Okay.
Long John would like to disagree with you. There's one huge part you forgot, and that's that he won.
Yes, the 40-minute argument we had about Younger winning. Long John was the victor. He's very much hammering it in.
Yep. But Gon doesn't really care because it was kind of pointless to begin with. So glossing over that. And now we have the ire of these 4 teams. Well, 3 teams. Blue team was it the blue team? No, it was the black team. The black team was just kind of happy to have somebody else beaten up, not them, for a bit. And then the white, red, and blue team were just beating up the black team, I think. Or I might have that reversed. Was it the blue team or the black team that had issues? I can't remember.
The black team was the one that was getting beat up by everybody.
Okay, so I didn't write this down wrong. Good. Anyway, so yeah, long and short story of it. That's what happened.
I concur with this.
So, we also, at the end of the session, maxed out one of our players' growth points, and they get their first advancement, essentially the first level up in the game. So, how this works, right, is if you look on your handy dandy sheet, and let me pull it up on my end and throw it up in front of everybody so people can see things. You are the guardian, right? Oh man, I literally had it pulled up. That is, I'm the best. All right, so I'm going to pull this over here, right? And unfortunately for everyone who's watching, we can't see your face as you react because it's covering it. So I apologize for that. But if we go down here to our Growth, he's marked all 4 of these little things, which means he gets a growth advancement point. So, slightly below the growth chart, there is a whole bunch of tick marks that you can use, right? And it tells you exactly what you can do, right? And once you mark off each one of these boxes, you can only do those things so many times, right? So once you shift your center 2 steps via growth advancement, you can't shift it anymore. I don't know why you would want to anyway, because that would literally leave you like 1 and then upset, 1 and then upset. But whatever. Play your character. You can pick up a new move from another playbook. So like if you wanted to somehow learn, I don't know what's a main move. Divert. Well, divert. Sorry, what's a different move? Overpower. Well, it's actually a technique. I take that back. You get a move, so it's actually from the thing that says move. So like if you were to steal something from the hammer move set, you could get punch where it matters or something along those lines. You can do that twice. You could pick up an extra move from your own set of stuff. So looking at the garden, which ones do you have already? You have uh
So for my combat techniques, I have
uh
divert, metal
so
bindings, and eat
your
dirt.
your your moves, not your uh combat techniques. That's
Moves. I have catch a liar and furrow brow.
okay, cool. So if you want to, you could pick up another one of these, and you can pick up to 2 more. So basically, you would get all but one. Um, you could raise any stat by 1 to a maximum of 2, for the exception of the one that has the pluses from the beginning to get it to 3. You can unlock your moment of balance, right? And this thing has 2 check marks in it for some reason. And the reason is because you can technically use this moment of balance twice if you unlock both check marks to it. So it's a once a time use. If you unlock it again, it's a twice a time use.
What
But
is it?
so it depends on each character. Yours specifically is what you've sworn to protect the people you care about. But balance is about finding your own place in the world as well. You know what you are capable of accomplishing, and you step up to show the world your unique strength. Tell the GM how you put your life on the line to defeat a villain or danger that seems unstoppable. You have a super powerful uh, gotcha DM moment ability. Is like the easiest way to think about it. Um,
Hmm.
and to use it, you have to be perfectly centered. Whatever your center of balance is. So, like if you've shifted your center, quote unquote, that's your new center, and that's when you can activate your moment of balance. But for most people, it's at +0 on both things.
I'm at +2 right now for trust, so maybe not great.
Maybe not great. I mean, again, that just means you got to do some self reliance to get it back to 0. If you want to activate it, right? Like, let me switch to the page that actually talks about it, and I'll kind of talk about this because no one's had it yet. Because you don't get to start with it. One more page.
And the moment of balance kind of reminds me of like divine intervention. There's a really huge cost.
Yeah, it doesn't really. Again, to use it, it's got to be an important moment, but it's kind of that, hey, I'm doing something great and amazing, which is why you're only allowed to do it like once a session.
And then I die.
No, you don't definitely don't die. It's just a unique power that you use. But it is one of those power where if you're like, I'm trying to use my moment of balance, and I go, there's no way you are doing that. It didn't work. But that doesn't like burn the use or anything. It just once you burn it, it's gone. Especially because you can use it twice. But yours is just like I stop something that's supposed to be unstoppable. Like, cool. Superpower mode activate.
Like early on in Spider-Man 2 when all of a sudden he grows 4 robotic arms. It's like that wasn't even in the storyline.
That'll work.
I'm looking at the third the fourth one where it says shift your center 1 step.
Okay.
Does that mean like on the balance chart my center, like why would that be a positive thing?
So sometimes it's for character growth. So like if you're always in the +2 for strength, or let's say you're always doing things that shift you towards strength, if you actually shift your center towards the opposite version, it'll give you more chances to do those strength checks or whatever. So like if you're like, I'm never resilient, I literally lean on my teammates all the time, but I don't necessarily want to mess with my playbook too much, you could always shift it the opposite direction of what you use, right? To help you do more trust based things or whatever without going too far
Jeez.
overhead. It's again, personally, I don't really know why you would, but you can.
Hmm.
So, just as a
Yeah.
note for you, because again, for everyone's first level, my big suggestion or the book suggestion is take the moment of balance because it's a unique ability that you won't get, might not get super soon. Is your playbook's moment of balance doesn't require any decisions to be made, but it's important that you familiarize with it. Your moment of balance is a special and extremely powerful move that resolves an entire scene of conflict as described on your sheet. Excuse me. When you invoke it, you don't roll. Instead, you take the spotlight and gain control of the scene, following the script of the text, and describing how you accomplish something seemingly impossible in spite of overwhelming opposition. Because your moment of balance is so powerful and marks a significant milestone in your hero's story, your character must unlock their moment of balance through advancement. See blah 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 before it can be used. Then you must have your balance at your center in order to actually use the moment of balance. Once triggered, it removes uncertainty from the scene, lets you grab the spotlight, and do incredible things. Your moment of balance is a big deal. It's your chance to save the day, no matter the odds. By reading the text of the move, you learn a lot about your core underlying theme of your playbook. When you use it, the action should feel like the most memorable scene in an episode or in the TV series of your game. So again, you just get to mic grab from the DM and go, haha, this is what really happened. And I go, yes, no. But it does
Yeah.
end the scene. So if we're fighting or combating or anything like that, like it's over.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm torn between that, and also I appreciate the suggestion a lot because it does make sense. Or raising the stat up and just having like a flat bonus.
Flat bonus. Very good.
So, yeah, I think I want the moment of balance.
All right. And if you know what, as a flexible DM, because this is our first time going through it, if you go through and you're like, I've never got to use this, this is stupid. I would much rather have the next thing in a session or two or next session, and you're like, I don't like this. We can adjust and go from there. Since you are the first, wahaha, you can give your suggestions to the others later. So, looking at our other two Yahoos, now that we've talked about that and you've kind of come to your decision, how you guys are both at 2 points, right? For your growth.
Yeah.
I'm at whatever the minimum was, and I thought that at the end of last session we had concurred that there was a group growth point that was had, so I thought we were at 3.
Mine was 2, including the group point we just got today, but I don't know if there was a group point after I had hopped off yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, we said it was a group point because you guys had all accomplished something difficult, so there was no way none of you were answering no to that one.
I don't know about that because I was kind of just on the sidelines.
Well, yeah, but you were part of the group. Everyone in the group did stuff in the things.
Okay.
Though, as a side note, we go back to something we were talking about before the stream started. Younger, you were off in the bathroom, so you missed it. / weren't in the room yet. But how do you guys feel about getting a session point? Again, so we're kind of pushing the narrative forward, so you guys are getting your points and doing things. Not retroactively going back and adding things, but from here on out, you're guaranteed a growth point just so you have something. So you're not feeling like you are constantly missing out. So as long as you're at a session, you will get at least one growth point. Kind of thing.
Okay, I misunderstood that. I thought you had meant including like from previously. Okay.
So my question with that.
Uh-oh.
Aw, man, he was doing so good. What happened?
I don't know. I can just see the frozen from the frozen camera.
He's saying a really long statement right now.
He's in the middle of a sneeze. It's a really bad one.
Oh, it's horrible. We'll,
But I had misunderstood. I had thought you meant that. Oh, there he goes. Retroactively, we would get a point for last session or for starting this session, not.
I mean, we can talk about that. Younger, can you say what you said again? You said and then you froze, which is why you got kicked.
Yeah, so my thing like randomly disconnected. I have zero idea why, because everything's fine. But basically, I was saying, is it going to be like a guaranteed growth point? But if we do something that would normally accumulate for a growth point, that point gets subtracted, and then we would.
So that's a totally something we could do. If you are getting growth points anyway, then you don't get one, but basically you're guaranteed one if you don't have any other things for it. How does that feel, Andrew? Is that gonna mitigate the in between feeling for you're like, I can always do it, so I'd just be stacking them up?
No, sounds fine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, cool.
I just I know that's kind of like a Demi Downer on players or whatever, but instead of being like, yeah, I want the maximum amount of growth points as possible, but I thought that would be like
no, I think that's a good compromise, because again, you guys are spending 3 to 4 hours playing this silly game. If you don't do any leveling, it kind of feels, you know, not to be too much of a loot junkie, but I like getting things for doing stuff. And since this system doesn't have legitimate items where you get like +1s and +2s and things like that, like
He's frozen again.
is he?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought he was just staring real hard. Dang it. Yeah.
He's staring into my soul.
But every time it happens, I try to take a screenshot, and then my game, not my game, my Discord bugs out, and it doesn't let me take the screenshot. I'm like, damn it! I want to have a collection of these.
I don't. It's happening with my thing right now. It's weird.
If you want to do that, get like a thing ready, like a personal message to yourself or something. And Windows key Shift S will let you like click and drag, and you can create a like square or rectangle that takes a screenshot.
Friend, my computer requires that I restart it every time I try to use my microphone.
Oh my!
Do you understand?
Are you sure your computer's not on life support?
Look, between him and Younger, so
it's a very expensive computer that apparently they put together incorrectly, and it's annoying as hell. Like the vents on top of it, so the air comes out. It's crazy. The whole thing is annoying as hell.
How?
You gotta go talk to whoever drew that up. Beat him up. All right, so getting back into the story itself, because it's just the three of you guys this session. And like I said, the other two, thank you for that. The other two yahoos who are not here, unfortunately, are going to be on body sitting duty. Maybe they might get thrown off on some wild adventure, but for now, babysitting duty. Do you guys remember where we are heading down south? Like, what was the point of us traveling further south?
Ooh, this is important. Oh, we are going. No, we're not. Something about the girl.
The princess girl, the priestess.
Yes.
I mean, we did just get the two priests.
We're going to some spirit place. We're finding a spirit.
There you go. You're on it. You're finding a spirit.
That's not where my brain's at right now.
Okay. So you guys are finding a spirit that'll let you catch your ally's soul, as his soul has been rended from his body, and you're basically needing the equivalent of something that has really good smelling in the spirit world to track him down for you.
Too bad we can't just use our buddy Sniffer.
Yeah, right? Oh, actually, that's actually a really good idea. Instead of him not being here, he's going to be scouting ahead for you guys, so he's not actually on body duty. He is out on scout ahead of you while you're traveling duty. Because again, you're in a big old wagon, and bandits and spirits and all kinds of other craziness are in your way. Maybe, perhaps.
Body odor duty.
Thanks.
What happened to the civilized lands? Ugh.
Yeah, you guys are in the equivalent of a van down by the river. Ain't no civilized anywhere. So, you guys continue on your traveling journey to the south. We're gonna yada yada the travel because, in all honesty, the roads are relatively safe. Are there bandits and spirits and things like that? Yeah, sure. But you're not a small group. There's 5, 6 of you, or it looks like 3, 5, 6 of you. So you're a pretty tall roving gang of people. Also, there's
with a terrifying sniffer.
yes. Well, the terrifying sniffer is off on its own thing, and that might be also another reason why you have less issues in the way. But you guys make it to the edge of the southern mountain range. And if do you guys want the map really quick? I can show you the map.
Yeah, sure.
Show me the map. All right, I'm gonna enlarge my screen for the people watching at home. Did I put it upside down?
Yep.
Gosh dang it. It's always upside down.
That's how we don't copyright Avatar, right? We just put it up.
Yeah. Well, it's not copyright to show literally we're playing something that is all about Avatar.
So how do we know when it's right side up?
Do you
Where's
read
the
the
north?
language? Well, so Bossing Say is in the north. Also, if you look at the directionality of the mountains,
That helps. Okay. Yeah, that helps. Got it. Yeah, so it's right side up then.
yes, I fixed it. It's good now. Sorry, it was right
Uh-huh,
side up for
okay.
me when I put it down, and I forgot I need to flip it for the silly camera.
And I see volcano smoke, so that's gonna rise. Got it. Okay.
Yes, also the characters are facing the correct way now.
You must point at it exactly where we're at
So
with pinpoint accuracy.
look. See, that's what this is for.
Oh.
So you guys have traveled here, and you're at the tip of the mountain range. So like you just got past this winding river, right? Shortly after what you guys would call a toll bridge, you make it to a trading town known as Leeir Fae. Oh, hey, food. Thank you, love. Salmon and
Leeir Fae.
Leeir, yeah, Leeir Fae. Leeir Fae. Leirfeay. And I do have some lore for this one, but I'm going to invite you guys again to give me some fun stuff about this town and add to the story, as you guys are my collaborative partners currently. Anyone want to add some lore to this silly town? And I'll say yes or no, or maybe so. Or do you guys want my basic lore and then you want to add on?
Basic lore and then add on.
Okay, so this is again what they call a toll city or a toll town, and it's basically a place to rest after a toll bridge. It's not necessarily super huge, but we're talking a couple hundred people. It's technologically advanced, right? So it's not just like a little village in the middle of nowhere. You do see cars and machinery, and things like that. There seems to be a lot of fishing because it's right next to the toll bridge. What else is important about it? It is very much an Earth Kingdom town, right? All the buildings are made of stone and rock and formed out of the ground. It has very mountain-esque designs, but you will notice that there is quite a bit of waterbender influence on the designs of things. Just as a note. So those are the basics about the town. Anything else that your characters have heard? Actually, how about this? All of you roll me a d6.
Oh man, I get to use my new D6.
Yeah, use your. Yeah, I
What
can't see.
the hell?
Raise it
Who's
up.
that?
Look at that thing.
Interesting.
It's huge. All right,
I
I'm gonna make.
got 3 because it's a roulette table.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought it was. I thought we were just gonna hear thunk.
You can
And
also.
then
Hear
your
Oh,
that.
entire table's gonna
this
collapse
thing
for you.
is solid metal, and it has all of the D&D side dices on it.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
I'm over here like, how did it get the D100? You just gotta roll the D10 twice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's the only one that has 2 dots in it right now.
Oh, really?
Yep, 2 dots, a red and a blue one.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
I don't think you can see it, but it's there.
I did see it for a second there. All right, so all of you roll me a D6 and give me your number.
Okay.
4, 3.
I got a 5.
All right. Well, Mr. Five, you get to introduce 3 facts. Andrew, you get to introduce 2. Younger, you also get to introduce 2. So total of 7. You guys know the heck out of this town. All of you have heard about Leeir Fae. So what do your characters know about this town? What can you tell us about it? It could be literally everything. It could be, I know a person that lives here, or hey, on Tuesday there's a bingo night, at this bar. Any of that kind of information counts towards your stuff.
I have an interesting one. Mainly because I remember that episode from Avatar. This was once a place that Avatar Aang visited.
Okay. So to follow up on that as a DM question, are there any statues or memorials or anything like that, or is it just he has a story from when he was an adult here?
Yes, this is actually one of the later places they had visited, and they have a how would you say it? They've got a statue of him there, and he is currently I think he's as like a younger child, like doing the thing where he's like sitting on the air ball.
Okay, but as like a young adult or an old adult?
A young adult.
Okay, so post the war, pre-death, pre-core. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really progressive town to be having the air avatar represented in an earth water kind of town.
Well, maybe they helped build it. Who knows? That's one fact. So Aang's here. There's a statue of him, and we know what it looks like. What? Any other facts? You get one more because you get this. You get the 3.
Because I did the statue as well. This town used to be a former like merchant area. So on the outskirts, there's actually some rundown, abandoned like areas that are no longer used.
Interesting. Maybe they form a slums or somewhere to hang out or hide.
Exactly.
All right, Senor Andrew.
Mister. So 2 things, right? So one thing that I thought was cool would be like there's some sort of accountability network for everybody who lives in the town in order to manage their energy usage and their waste management. So there's kind of like this idea where everybody's trying to recycle because it's such a focus when it comes to technology. I imagine resources can kind of get expensive, so it's just a way to kind of to get some back. So everyone's a part of that system.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. And because you had said that it's like a technology place, it probably attracts a lot of entrepreneurship.
Ah, yes. So its former spot as a marketplace makes a lot of sense as people continued to trade here even after the town was built up. All right, cool. And you guys will notice aesthetically that most buildings have some sort of self-powering device. If they're by the river, they have some kind of water wheel that helps charge their generators. If they're in the city, they have some kind of air catcher, something along those lines. All right, Mr. Younger, Mr. Long.
I got 2 ideas. But first, I have a question before I say anything. This is a location that is directly connected to the ocean, or no?
No, it is on a river that connects to the ocean eventually.
Got you. What if it started as a small prospecting town?
A mining town. Well, I mean, it's Earth Kingdom.
More like gold panning town rather than mining.
Okay, that would have attracted the merchants. That makes sense.
And then the second fact that I would like, because I'm a jerkwad, is this is a place where there's waterbender influence meeting earthbender city, and we know that Bo is in with the Dai Li and stuff. I think that this would be a great place for him to have his primary residence.
You're a bold character. Not so. I don't dislike that idea. The issue is, how would your characters know that? Or do you want that to be hidden knowledge that only the players know?
Because you said that because he would be a high influential figure, right?
You guys have never seen him before, but that doesn't mean he's not a high influential figure.
Yeah. So this is he is high influential figure, and that's how he got to become the Dai Li. He was the top dude in this town.
He's a CE bow.
Oh, I like that.
Man,
Use that as an insult later when you see him. I mean, so
I'm just saying, Waterford, Earthbenders, perfect town for that kind of deal.
Yeah, so I 100% agree. And appropriately, for today's polls, you have two of them that tied, so you're dealing with both of them. The first one was one of the people that is standing in your guys' way this session is Bo and his minions, as well as spirit possessed benders. So, having this being Bo's home residence, or whatever you want to call it, it'll be really easy for him and his minions to, appear here.
I also did not see that poll, so this was just some bullshit I came up with on the spot.
I'm going to look and see if your name's on that poll. I'm going to call you out right now.
Oh, you gotta be quick. I can see him. He's actually going through and clicking through the poll real quick.
Fine. That's fine. You can do that.
You guys aren't like WWE fans, right?
I mean, enough.
I know a bit.
I saw some old stuff, but nothing new.
There was this guy who was coming up through the developmental thing, and his fans were called Bo-Leavers. and then you said Bo's minions, and I was like, yeah.
Well, you make a lot of WWE references.
We're calling them
in this
the Bo
game,
Leavers now. Bo runs the Colts. It's official.
I'm for it, totally.
They're no longer the Dai Li, they're the Bo Li.
The Lebo. Look at those Lebo.
Now I have Tybo stuck in my head. Oh.
I
haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that in years. Oh my god.
That's awesome. I love it. Bo Leavers. A+.
We're using that now. Ty Lee and the Bo Leavers.
All right, now we got Leeir Fae pretty well fleshed out. So you guys entered the town after paying your fees and whatnot. And the fees are gold fees, and they're basically land taxes is the easiest way to describe them. They help maintain the bridge, and the bridge that you crossed was about a mile long, so it's not like a simple just across the thing. It is a huge bridge, so like paying a toll to go across it makes sense because they're probably constantly spending money on it to keep it afloat. It's also very wide for all sorts of travel. So you guys saw cars, carts with animals, all kinds of stuff. So this is like a serious bridge. Just so you know. But it does save you about 2 weeks of traveling. Than not being on the bridge and finding a closer spot where you can swim or finding a smaller bridge. There are others, but this is probably the best one you're gonna find. So, back to Leeir Fae. Where would you guys like to go in Leeir Fae?
I think the most
Leeir Fae. Leeir Fae.
You guys have Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You guys have decided this is probably an appropriate place to take a short rest. You guys have been traveling for about a half a week or so. Again, you don't get the advantage of flying on an air bison, so you can't like insta travel places. Your mount is helpful, but it is not a beast of burden.
Gon is actively stretched. He's like, oh, I think my butt has calluses. Oh. Why did we not grab the one cart that actually has suspension?
Well, why didn't we grab a cart with cushions? I'm pretty sure my ass has no hair left.
I did not need to know this. I'm gonna have nightmares about that now. It's like a shag carpet. Ugh.
You opened the gate and you didn't like what came through.
I didn't open anything. He just said stuff. I just said that my butt hurts.
Oh, where is Oh, I guess we should, as travelers do. There's got to be something to see in this town, right?
I think.
I think we have to
I
put our feet
mean,
up first.
yeah.
Well, that's
Let's
true.
go find ourselves some place to rest.
Some place to eat. I'm tired of this jerky.
Oh, don't smash on the jerky. I made it. I made it myself. You know how hard it is to get water out of meat without, doing.
Isn't that like your specialty?
Yeah, but I'm not a bloodbender. There is limits.
Ooh, nasty.
I don't want any food made by somebody calling themselves a bloodbender.
I didn't. I said I'm not. I said I'm not a blood.
Right.
That
and I'm
just
happy
that's
for it.
Honestly, I did know one bloodbender once. He made some fantastic sausages. They were the blood sausages. They're not bad.
Hey, to answer questions on Twitter, sorry, not Twitter, Twitch. When are we doing a watch party for the live action Avatar? I meant to ask you guys. Have you guys seen it yet?
I'm on episode 3.
Okay. It's on Netflix.
I've heard that they casted a really good guy to play Ozai. I just don't remember his name, and I feel bad for it.
I have yet to watch the show itself. From what I've seen of the reviews and things, if you want to love it, you're gonna love it. If you want to hate it, you're gonna hate it. There's plenty of good things and plenty of bad things. So I think if you go into it with appropriate expectations, you'll enjoy it. But don't expect the cartoon in live action form.
Yeah. I love it so much, but also I'm a very low bar entertainment person. I like the Inspector Gadget movies.
Hey, everyone liked the
So-
Inspector Gadget movies.
Hey.
Don't hate on the Inspector
Not,
Gadget
not when
movies.
they
on
came
those.
out. Not when they came out. They
Okay.
got fucking lambasted.
No, I grew up with those movies. Don't crap on those. Those were good.
I
Does
wasn't the
anybody-
person who did the reviews. I was in the movie theater watching them.
Right, we were all children. We're like, this is for us. This is a great thing. And
fire.
all the adults are like, this is stupid. No one understands. Have you watched the cartoon? Have you read the comics? No, you have no idea, reviewer. Shut up. Go away.
Oh man, wasn't there a live action Kung Fu Magoo?
Well, I mean, Magoo was definitely a movie.
I think so. But anyway, I also remember that there was there was Underdog too, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I saw that. Yeah. Again, low bar. I love that shit.
Oh yeah, Masters of Disguise, very lowbrow humor. I laughed the entire time.
That's an adult movie. That is not a children's movie. You don't get
I
half the
know.
jokes until you're an adult.
Yeah, but there's still enough funny haha humor for a kid who doesn't know what's going on.
Kung Pao's where it's at, yo.
Oh god, Kung Pao.
Oh hell yeah. Easy. That's for
Everybody
free.
loves Kung Pao.
If someone
hey,
disagrees with that, I will Kung Pao them.
Side note: Blazing Saddles is on Netflix finally. I don't know what took them so long to
I
get
did
there.
see that. I've seen it twice in the last week.
Oh my goodness!
But
So,
I guess we should-
movie jokes aside, the reason that this was brought up is because one of our options for our polls this week is a company event fun thing on the Discord. If you guys want to watch a movie with us this week or in a couple weeks or whatever we decide to do it, that's one of our options if it wins. Yada yada yada. I know plenty of Discords do this on the regular. We might at some point. So side note aside, getting back into the silliness. You overhear a small man in the corner selling carrots, or he overhears you as he waves you over with a carrot. He goes, and by waves you over, he literally is like tempting your horse that is pulling your wagon over to him. He is feeding...
Seductively with a carrot.
Yeah, exactly. They don't quite cartoon lift up and fly over, but it's pretty close.
Who's driving? Who's driving?
I believe whoever's cart it is driving, so I believe that to be the waterbender, yeah?
The person whose cart it is the one who is the sniffer. Because a sniffer is a beast of burden.
Is he our beast of burden? I thought it
Yeah.
was... Is it? Oh, okay. Well, I thought he's off. I thought we had a horse. I'm saying you have
I
a
own
horse.
I own the cart and he owns the thing driving it.
Never mind. Then I guess you could have a donkey or a horse.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Or
He's influential enough to have a horse. We're giving him a horse.
an elephant.
No.
No, I have a question. Is this
Oh.
just a horse, or is it a horse mixed with another animal? And if so, what other animal?
It's definitely Avatar, so it has to be mixed with something else. It would be really funny to be a donkey horse. Basically just a mule.
It just looks like a regular.
It's just a regular horse. You can't. It doesn't have a tail. That's its thing.
Oh man, I remember the first time I saw turtle duck. Good times.
Anyway, we could do something funnier like a. I'm trying to think of the creature.
I'm looking up
like
the
a lizard
animals.
horse. Yeah, a lizard horse.
I think that's still super funny, by the way. The
That'd be pretty cool.
horse zebra, I think that's hilarious.
Yes. So, anyway, you guys, your creature is lulled over to the vegetable cart, and is kindly fed one carrot, and he gives the horse you only get one. The rest of you said you were looking for food. Sorry, I have really good hearing. I know a place. If you are interested.
Ah, what is this place?
Yes, my granddaughter owns a fantastic restaurant in the middle of town, and it's new and exciting and uses vegetables from my farm, so I endorse it any chance I get. But it just opened shortly. Her investor, Lord Bo, has said he is coming to the ceremony. And it should be open tonight. It's tonight. Sorry, I forgot what day it was, but tonight, which means I have to close up shop shortly.
Oh, you say Lord Bo?
Yes, Lord Bo.
Gon is physically cringing. He's just like, no.
How common is the name Bo in this instance?
Oh god.
It's fairly common, in all honesty.
There's one guy named Bobo Bobo.
Oh, God,
No, God, no, not here.
The magical nose hairs. They speak.
No,
this show is so weird.
But yet
would I be smart enough? Like I don't know what the right term is. Would I be able to put two and two together in my head?
So again, Bo isn't a completely uncommon name, but you're a little scarred from your earlier encounters with it, so you might be a little disconcerted, like you are in person. But an easy way to confirm would be to go to this restaurant. A, you could get some food, and B, if he's supposed to be there for the opening.
So this is the grand opening of the restaurant?
You know how restaurants are. Their grand opening lasts a long time.
Okay. But this is the start of it?
Allegedly. We have a store in town that has been on its grand opening, like the banner is still up and everything, for about 2 years now.
Hell yeah.
Ah, okay. But that's IRL, right? But like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, what's the name of your granddaughter's restaurant?
Grand opening.
Yeah, all right, I'm for it.
Bodacious Souls.
No. The grand opening. I like that one. That's a great name.
Honestly, that's not a bad name.
That's why they don't take the banner down, because that's the name of the store.
The banner is just the regular title.
This is just another toll road that we didn't know about. Okay.
Well, this is the grand opening of the grand opening. Therefore, we wouldn't have known about it beforehand.
Right. It's grand opening squared.
Little bit of meta knowledge, DM. Is this guy distant related to Cabbage Man?
This dude at the cart. Look, Cabbage Man got the ladies, so every farmer in the Earth Kingdom is probably related to Cabbage Man. Just saying.
Every wealthy farmer is a distant relative of Cabbage Man. He's like the Genghis Khan, but for growing veggies. There's a Potato Man. He's super wealthy.
It's because he was. That's why he was in so many cities, right? He was just going around seeing the hoes, checking on the grandkids, whatever.
Some people bend and some people pull.
Not to get too X-rated, but he was part of that whole Avatar weenus bending ability.
Oh no, what's happening?
Moving on. Let's continue on to places I would rather be than here.
So, are you
The
guys going to
internet
head to the
has
grand
been-
opening, or are you going to secure some lodging for the night and kind of drop off all of your stuff?
If you guys want to go to that grand opening to get an eye on if it is the old friend we know about, go ahead. I will go secure some lodging and get rid of the cart.
Is it common to wear face masks at such a grand opening event?
Depends on it. You could ask the old man here if you think it would be appropriate.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
is there like
true.
a particular garb or ceremonial mask that people wear whenever you guys do these sorts of events?
He laughs. No, we're just opening a restaurant.
Okay.
I want you to know I rolled for it, got my number, and then my dice magically fell off the table.
I'm gonna. My character normally has like a beard, like kind of like almost like a goatee.
Got the Ozai beard, yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta shave, so that the guy doesn't recognize me because I'm super recognizable.
Well, luckily for you, you have weapons out the wazoo to yourself up.
I'm not gonna
No,
do-
that's so lame.
Just shoot it off with his gun. Remember, he has guns. That was kind of the joke.
Let's go get a razor or something. Don't do it.
Let's go to the lodging first, so you at least have a mirror, so it's not lopsided.
This is true. This is true.
Also, there are alleys here. Just stand in an alley and watch. You don't have to get rid of a beard.
I definitely have to shave at some point. This isn't gonna work. He's gonna recognize me immediately.
Oh, I thought you were going for the whole mountain man look. I mean, explains the singed hairs and explosives.
Oh, I need to find a farmer's hat. Like one of those bandana things to cover my do.
Gon is just kind of gonna like point down, like slowly raise a hand and just point further down, like the roads to another stall that's actually selling like the weaved farmer's hat.
My cabbages!
You guys hear that behind you as you heard a big old stomp as 3 yahoos are kind of just standing there harassing the kind old man that gave you directions just a second ago as they have destroyed several of his cabbages.
He has carrots.
He also has cabbages.
We
He,
murdered
just,
them.
he lured you over there with carrots. There is other veggies there.
What do these people look like?
So they look to be wearing almost Dai Li-esque uniforms, except for they don't have the silly hat, but the coloration is super similar.
Does any of them look like Bo Burnham? I mean,
It definitely not Bo Burnham. Out of all the people you could have chosen, no, none of them. But specifically, these 3 yahoos don't look like ya man. They just look like yahoos. Is the easiest way to describe them.
do they look like the general populace doesn't like them now that they're harassing this old dude?
I mean, the other people that were on the street are moving away quickly, and they are seemingly going through his stuff and like picking things up violently and going through his would-be money box and that kind of thing, and kind of just taking what they want.
Yeah,
I turn and look at my friends and say, "Do you guys want a new outfit?"
Right?
I
I
like
kind
where
of
you're
like my
thinking.
outfit.
But what if we wore that as I point at those guys?
I like where you're going with this.
All right.
Also, proceeds to crack knuckles. I'm not about to allow that to continue, if you don't mind me saying.
Fantastic. You are starting an engagement?
With surprise? Question mark.
Oh no. They see you guys coming from the cart.
Whoa! They don't necessarily see us attacking them, right? We didn't say we were attacking necessarily.
Hey,
The
thanks for the
problem is we're
follow.
walking at them in slow motion. That's why.
You guys were arguing. Hey, we're gonna take their clothes. That's what we're doing, right? We're just stealing their
We're
clothes.
just gonna.
Just
I like the thought
loudly.
of the,
We're gonna take those, right? Yeah. So
We're
they
taking their clothes.
they stopped
That's
breaking the dude's stuff. Looked at you guys and were like, "For real?
What?
There's music in
All
the
right.
background.
We're not
So-
exactly quiet about this.
Let's go." So, you guys are all going to engage one of these yahoos separately. Does that sound good?
Yep.
As for your guys' balance, and all that fun stuff, where are you guys looking? You should be at no injuries and no stress because you've had plenty of time to rest, so all that's gone away. You also should be at 0 currently. For your
like
balance.
I said earlier, I was -2 self-reliance or +2 trust, so I can reset.
Yes, yeah. At the beginning, we're gonna just make life easy and reset your stats. That way you don't go
Okay.
overboard. Especially when we take a long time, you will have time to recenter yourself to do stuff. You know, if it's the next day, okay, you're probably still dealing with the same effects. But since we had a few days worth of travel in between things, you guys don't have any of your injuries. You don't have any of your fatigue.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna mark 3 little dice for these yahoos. And then I'm gonna mark you guys. The enemies are gonna be 2s. You're gonna be 1s, and you're all different colors. So I know who's who. So, and again, this really doesn't matter for anything but me because it's just keeping my numbers straight, so I apply the appropriate cards. Now, for this encounter, would you guys like for it to be a one-on-one on one-on-one, you know what I mean? Like that, where it goes back and forth between everything, and we do an encounter for each thing, and then we go on? Or do you want it to be a group encounter where y'all are working together?
Group things better.
Okay. That's kind of what
I think
thought.
in terms of like the way the game asks us, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there any starting moves you guys would like to do before combat starts?
I feel like something appropriate would be literally calling them out. Be like, oh, is that what the leading group of power does to their own citizenry? Just go and rob old carrot farmers?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call them the leading group of power because you don't know what social dynamic they are. They just are thugs. That's all.
I was just gonna say something along.
If they're Leeir or whatever, they're like basically like secret police, right?
We don't know that. We think they are. But
They have
might not
similar coloring to Leeir. They don't have the official stuff. They don't have the hats. They're just like the colors are very similar.
Okay, you Leeir like impersonators. Like I don't know what to like. What would you call a fake?
Yeah, sure. You can call them fake Leirs. But before you do, what move are you using from your character sheet?
Would that not be call someone out?
Yes, I guess technically. Which one?
Like
are you calling all of them out?
It's called a balance move.
Okay.
When you call someone out to live up to their principles, so it's like, oh, you guys call yourselves cops. Well, it's not very cop-like to steal from people.
Gotcha. So the issue being with what you're trying to do is you don't know their principles.
Oh, you gotta find them.
Because they aren't the actual Leeir and they aren't police. They're just thugs, right?
Okay.
So sure, you could call them out later once you figure out some of their principles, but you don't know them as of now.
Gotcha.
Like they don't know yours. They have no idea who you are. You're just yahoos who are calling them out on their BS currently. So the enemies have taken their cards. What are you guys doing? What stance are you taking? Sorry, that's probably the most stances first. Tell me what stance you're taking.
Defend and maneuver.
Defend and maneuver to start. Interesting choice. I like it. So that's one of you. You all, I need a ball before we move on. So
evade and observe.
Evading and observing. None of you guys are the foundling, right? That's Frozen's character. No, that is never mind. It's not Frozen's character. That's Iron's character. Iron, what are you doing?
I'm going to advance and attack.
All right. So you guys have your stuff, right? Evade, defend. Younger, what was yours again? Sorry.
Evade and observe.
Okay, so you guys are all doing all three. Perfect. So enemy number 1, who is directly in front of our Earthbender, is advancing and attacking. Enemy number 2, who is in front of our Airbender, is evading and observing. You guys are like zooping back and forth. And last but not least, the third guy, who is in front of our Waterbender, is advancing and attacking. So,
man, match for
almost. There's no defending and whatnot.
Yeah,
so,
almost match for match is what I said.
So, defending and maneuver, which is only one person, our handy dandy guardian. Go ahead and roll with focus.
Okay, rolling. What does it mean to roll with focus again?
You take your focus stat and roll whatever your 2d6 is to it.
Okay, understood. So, I got a 7
Total?
total.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you make one basic or master technique.
Basic. I will do. Oh no, this is a master technique. Okay,
You can
master
do a,
technique.
you can do a master technique if you want.
Divert.
Okay.
So I know that I know one of my allies potentially is going to get into a tussle, so I'd like to step in the way of a blow they might get.
Okay.
And suffer it for them instead.
Interesting choice. I like it. All right. Now it's time for all the advance and attacks. So, rolling with our characters first. You guys are all rolling with passions, and I will deal with the enemies. They get one whole move currently. So, allies, what are you doing? There, Iron.
I am gonna. Actually, can you read something out for me?
Yeah, of course.
I have the technique of chi blocking jab, but I don't remember what it does.
Yeah. Okay, so you spend a bit of fatigue, and it basically stops them from being able to do a specific type of technique for a while. But let me read the actual text really quick. That is under the weapons masters, right? Yep. Chi blocking jabs. So pinpoint weapon or hand strikes to block a foe's chi. Mark 1 fatigue to block a foe's chi with your strikes, inflicting a condition and rendering a limb useless. And blocking bending with that limb. An enemy with one fewer limbs chooses one fewer techniques to use each exchange. The limb becomes unable to again, or sorry, becomes usable again after 3 exchanges pass. Which is really detrimental to this guy, because not only do they get a impaired card, they also get one less move.
Yeah. So to start things off, I think that's what I was gonna try and do.
Okay, so you're hitting the one in front of you, I assume.
Yeah. The one that is set to advance and attack. So yeah.
Okay, so not the one in front of you then. One of the other ones, but that's fine.
I thought you said the one in front of me was advancing and attacking as well.
He's evading and observing, but that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can stop him from doing that if you would like. Again, you guys are group fighting, so you could be like, I'm running up on this guy, and just jab someone else.
We haven't engaged in physical combat yet. We could de-escalate the situation.
Says the man that wants to steal their clothes.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm down for de-escalating the situation where these guys are being...
That's fair.
At least not my character certainly isn't. So, how about no? And I'm gonna Yeah, why not? I'll jab the dude who is supposed to attack her.
Okay, so one of the two of them. Boom. You've impaired the one in front of our Earthbender.
Mark down one.
So as a note, so he got the status impaired, which takes one fewer techniques for the NPCs. But with your chi blocking jabs, it also does that. So he basically this round he's doubly fatigued, right? And then afterwards it's only one until his limb comes back. What limb did you pause?
I'm gonna say we'll say his right arm.
Solid choice. Just goes limp. He's over there like, dang it. Don't forget to mark your fatigue to use the technique. Now just as a note, that is a mastered technique for you.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, well then, that's all you can do, yeah. I mean, I guess I forgot to ask. What'd you roll?
Let's roll that.
Okay, he might not be impaired.
Probably good. Oh no, that's an 11.
Okay, so you get two things.
Okay. As in, I get to pick two limbs, or
No. You get to do two tech. I mean, you could if you really wanted to. Goose's guy way up.
Just paralyze the entire left side of the body. This is what it feels like when you're having a stroke. All right. In that case, I will do one chi blocking jab, and then the other will be just a regular strike.
Okay, on the same guy or against someone else, or do you want to chi block stab the other attacking guy and goof both of them up this round?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. He is
strike and or stab or chi blocking jab and then strike.
Okay, so you're not getting the other guy then.
No. I mean the strike is on the other guy.
Okay, roll to hit the other guy.
Okay. That is another 11.
Wait, no. Sorry, I meant for what kind of strike are you doing? Like regular or heavy
just
pressure?
the regular strike.
Okay, so he's going to take he's gonna take 2 fatigue because these guys are not high tier super strong. So that did not do well for him, to say the least. So
the pacifist waterbender is no longer a pacifist right now.
Yeah, right. Okay, so with the one that was impaired and stunned, he is still impaired. He loses his action because of your chi blocking, which means he has to take 1 fatigue or -2 to all of his actions. He has no actions to take, so he gets a 1 fatigue. Sorry, it's 1 fatigue or take -2 to all actions, or the PCs take 1 fewer technique. So since he already has lost his only technique, he has to take a fatigue. But he loses the impaired, but it still has the chi blocking silliness going on. It's now their turn. Again, one of them can't do Jack Diddley, and the other one has one move that he can do. He is going to strike back at the person who hit him. So you guys are just exchanging blows. He is not going to put any extra stuff to it. He's just going to hit you. So you get to choose between 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center.
We will. Hold on, let me take a look at my thing. We will shift my balance around away from center towards heritage.
Okay, you've
returning back to my my training.
Solid.
Which I think makes sense in this situation.
I agree completely. All right, Evady boys, starting with our PC.
Okay.
Roll first.
I am going to test balance.
Hold up, you got to roll first.
Oh.
You're rolling with either harmony or the other one. Passion. No, creativity or harmony. Passion.
Well, I got 5 and a 5. So
any mod?
It's harmony or
creativity.
I'm going to use creativity because I have a +1.
Okay, so total of 11?
Yes.
All right, so that gives you two choices here. You can either use a technique that is learned but not practiced, and make it practiced and burn an extra fatigue for whatever it costs, or you can do 2 mastered or 2 basics or combo of the two.
But it's so shitty. My mastered is we have 2 mastered techniques, right? You said the one that comes with our class and the one other one.
Yes, and you have one. You should have one learn technique.
Yeah.
So
my learn technique is not appropriate at this location because there's not any walls. But like I said, I did test balance.
Okay, you want to do test balance? What else?
And it has to be of the evade and observe stuff, right?
Yes. Yep.
I guess I'll do commit.
Okay. So
recenter myself amongst the fray, shift your balance towards one of your principles. Next time you live up to that principle, so on and so forth. I don't really know what that means yet, so you'll have to explain to me when I do that.
Okay, so let me go here. So you recenter yourself amongst the fray, shift your balance towards one of your principles. The next time you live up to that principle, you do not mark fatigue. So basically, if you are doing an action that is one of those principles by doing a move or a technique or something like that, the fatigue cost that you would usually take, you don't.
So I guess my question is the principle your balance, or what is your principle?
It's whichever side of the balance you pick.
Okay, I chose force because violence should be force, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So next time I do something violent, it won't cause fatigue?
Correct.
Okay, cool. That I can actually do something.
Living up to your principle means got it.
In for his character, for sure.
The other thing that I'm doing is I'm calling them out, and I'm basically saying mark 1 fatigue, which I clear.
Okay.
Because it's evade and observe, so I mark it and then I clear it.
No. So you always clear first and then mark. So it's at the start of your turn before you do things.
Lame.
It's a recovery thing, not necessarily a let you get a free action thing.
Gotcha. So I'm asking them what their principles are, and they must tell me honestly. Yes, who do you think you are harassing that old man?
How dare you ask such a hard question?
You living up to your principles or what? Dog?
I have to pull out the book to
Its heritage is like, well, my family taught me to be a thief, and I'm just following suit.
So that's really funny, because the thing that I'm using for this 100% is to follow orders.
Or just listening to the boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I committed them.
Their drive/principle, 100%.
Okay, so that's one of their principles, but what about the other one? Or do they only have one? Just following orders.
Oh, sorry, that's their drive. Their driving principle is slightly different. My apologies.
All about drive.
Yeah. So their principle is might, right? Strongest person wins.
They're about to get a lesson in principle. Okay.
Okay, you know their stuff. And that will apply for all of them. You can assume all these NPCs share the same principles and traits and whatnot.
Oh, you got strength in numbers, boys. Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay. That means it is their turn. So this one hasn't been hit, so he doesn't recover any of his stuff. He gets one whole action. And he's gonna test your balance. So which of your two principles does he learn? I feel like force would be the most apparent because you just committed to it.
I do think that is true, but to be fair, we did come because we are caring for this poor old man as well. That's why we went over there to begin with.
That's a fair argument.
But they're gonna know I'm coming to kick ass, so force. He knows I'm forceful.
Okay, yeah, I mean the guns on your back don't necessarily give you away too much or something.
The hammer in my hand.
You have a hammer in your hand? Is that what you're going with right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yes, they know that
Be firing enough gunshots in town. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Like, what are these people using as weapons or bending?
They're not. They all look like benders.
Okay.
So they haven't formed weapons yet, but one of them got disabled, and the other one's literally hand fighting with one of your friends. So, that is the end of the exchange. So,
top of initiative.
Yeah, more or less. I assume you guys want to continue the fight.
I'm going to advance and attack.
Wait. No. I mean, like, because remember, the enemies are still game to fight. Are you guys still game to fight?
Yes, I have not surrendered.
No surrender, no retreat. Okay, we have our cards. NPCs are ready. So, we have an advance and attack from one of y'all. What about the rest of you?
I still want to keep up the defend and maneuver.
Okay. Just as a side note, you could have saved one of your characters from getting a strike by using divert, but you didn't activate it last round.
Was it the one with the principal thing?
Yeah. So someone did a strike and made our character shift balance.
Oh, I wasn't clear that that's what that was supposed to stop. I would have wanted to take that hit then.
Actually, I don't know if you can stop shifting balance. Let me look at your character sheet really quick.
Yeah, so defend and maneuver, and then you reach it suffers a blow this exchange. I wasn't clear if that was a blow. I think it's supposed to take a fatigue. I have no idea.
Intended for allies. When an ally within range suffers a blow this exchange, you can suffer it for them. No, so anytime they take a hit, right, you can take it for them. So you just have, so as a DM 2-player, you have to tell me when you're stepping in, so you can be like, I step into the way of the shot. You know what I mean? Like that gives you a moment for narrative excitement.
So just to be clear, things that are considered blows are fatigues, balance shifts, conditions, and statuses.
Correct. Yeah. So if you can physically imagine them getting hit with something, then it is a blow.
If I would like to take a fatigue for that then.
Okay. So just so you know, the ones that don't count for it are the ones that are like them calling them out or doing commit or stuff like that. That aren't like physically touching them, right? So this will work for this one for the whatchamacallit. So iron, reshift your balance back to wherever it was. You shift your balance instead.
I would shift my balance. I wouldn't take a fatigue.
Correct.
Okay.
Because you take the blow for them, right?
Go right. So I'll go self-reliance. -1.
Solid. All right. You guys have your things for this. So defend, attack, and iron.
Yeah, mine was also going to be what was it?
You did attack last time.
Yeah, I'll do advance and attack again.
One more time. All right. Now to reveal the enemies. Enemy 1 is evading and observing. Enemy 2 is defending and maneuvering. And enemy 3, I actually did these backwards, but whatever, is advancing attack. So it's advance, attack, defend, evade. So starting with our defenders. 1 enemy, 1 ally.
I'm going to use my Protector's Burden move.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a 10 to defend or protect.
Interesting.
So I rolled at the beginning of the sesh, and I got a 7. So it says on a 7 and 9, I get to hold 1. So the one I was going to hold is my first dot, which is take a 10 without rolling on any move to defend or protect.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take a 10. And so that gives me 2 thingies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But not till your turn though.
Okay.
Oh, it is your turn. Sorry. Don't listen.
Right, it is, right? Okay. So if I can take 2, I want to do divert.
Okay, easy.
But because I can take 2, I can combo that with retaliate.
Yes.
So if my ally gets hit, I will also hit them back.
Correct.
Okay, that's it.
All right, cool beans. Yeah, so retaliate, just so everyone is clear, because it's actually a really cool defensive thing that people should do more often when people are punching. Each time a foe inflicts fatigue, condition, or shifts your balance in this exchange, inflict 1 fatigue on that foe. So like it's an automatic damage back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, his turn doing his defend. He's not the one that's goofed up, so that's good for him. He is going to. Ooh, he's going to seize the position. So, like, you see him do some silly bending, and he's now much higher than you guys. He's at an advantageous position, which will give him the favored status.
Oh,
What kind of bending is he using?
Definitely Earth.
Interesting.
Yeah, he literally just like raised a column up to get himself out of the way.
I have an idea.
So do I.
Okay. Attacky boys. That's you two and one enemy. Though the one enemy that did advance an attack can't because he's still pinned.
Please! I got a 3 and... Oh, shit. It moved. That's not the right side. Where's the right side? There it is. Oh, I didn't get shit, probably. What was the first number I said? 3?
Said 3.
I got a 5.
Yeah, so you miss.
I don't get to do anything.
You don't get nothing.
Okay. I cried.
And then I missed, and then I fired, and then I fired, and I missed. I missed both times. And then I
Gotta let that be.
End of turn, because I can't do shit.
Can't do jack dilly. All right, attacky boy number 2.
My turn. Rolling. Which one is a 5? Second one is also a 5. Okay, so that's a 10.
All right.
Ooh.
Am I supposed to add my balance to that?
No.
I just add
For
passion.
you, it's for
Yep.
So
So
activity or...
just as a clarification for balance, because it's confusing and kind of out there, the balance only does its addition when you are doing an action that specifically.
I would have had a 7 because I forgot to add my passion.
Oh.
Roll with passion, 3 and a 2 plus my 2.
Okay, so total of
7.
Okay, so you get one move.
Okay. I am going to do walls can't hold me, relying on my skills and training to dangerously smash your way through walls or other obstacles. Roll with passion instead of focus to destroy the thing you just said this guy was standing on.
Okay, so just as a side note, with your attacking stuff, right? You could just use smash.
I could, but this does not use any fatigue.
Oh, okay, sure. Oh, that makes sense. Wait, so is this is a move though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just a slight reminder: you don't use moves in combat. Unless you have a move that specifically is like you can use harmony instead of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like all of my moves are combat related. It's like literally one's called stand and fight, comprehend your foe, which is when you defend and maneuver, and then punch where it matters, which means you look at somebody and figure it out. Walls can't hold me. And it specifically says dangerously. And it says fueled by anger. So like all my moves are combat like related. In combat.
Let me look. Just so I am clear on what I am telling you, okay?
Okay.
Unfortunately, your freaking playbook is at the very bottom here. Why? Why is the hammer so far down?
When you provoke an NPC opponent into attacking you, roll with passion. On a hit, they're coming at you specific. Clear condition or become prepared on this to take advantage of your provocation to strike a blow where you least.
Here it is. Finally. Holy cow. Sorry.
Let's do that.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I know there's a thing on the book on this really quick, so give me 30 seconds. Sorry. All right. No, that's just for resolving the basic stuff. Sorry.
Because like my ability boom is also a combat related ability.
Well, that's because it's a technique, not a move. Okay, that's not helpful. One more place to look. Younger for now. I'm gonna allow it. And we'll figure it out in a bit because that seems thematic, and we're gonna rule and cool it. So we're not sitting here 20 minutes while I look this up, but I am gonna look it up while you're doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with my passion then. I got a 2 and a 4 plus 2, so I got 8 total.
Okay. Well, good. Barely. You don't miss. You are able to destroy the thing the dude is standing on, removing the favored condition. Excuse me.
Bump a bump.
Congratulations.
And I believe that's all I can do. So
Yep,
I did something.
You did something. The other attacky boy on our team.
Yep, rolling. 3 plus. And this is passion. Yep. So that is a 9.
Okay, so you get one basic or master technique.
Okay. You said that there was a guy who tried to escape by like standing on a pillar that he raised out of the ground, right?
Not
Not
anymore.
escape. He was trying to get advantage to beat us up.
Yeah, he was gonna get favored so he could do more than one thing.
Yeah, it was broken. Is the pillar still there?
I mean parts of it. I was gonna say, but
yeah,
it's
like
been,
is it snapped in half, or is there like a section still kind of like jutting out of the ground?
We'll say there's a small section still jetting out of the ground.
Okay. I was wondering if I could use smash and kick it towards one of them.
Interesting.
Well, let's see.
That's cool.
If I look at
Because
the reading for smash,
I don't know.
So you mark one fatigue to destroy or destabilize something in the environment, possibly inflicting or overcoming a fictional appropriate positive or negative status. So there's really nothing that you could. I mean, you could inflict the status. So yeah, totally. You could kick rocks.
I just don't know. I don't know in terms of like how everybody is laid out if they're like in a fairly like straight line.
Totally.
And I could just like destabilize them by kicking the rock towards them.
Yeah.
If not, then I'll just go with strike.
I mean, you totally could, and I would 100% give whoever you just kicked at the impaired status. If you kick it at the dude that just got his rock tower blown out from under him, I'll give you the trap status.
I would be down for that. Honestly, what I was going to hope for is kind of that I rolled like a 10, and he didn't get smashed off the pillar, where I would then smash it and then punch him in the face with a strike.
Okay, he is now trapped under the rubble as you kick the rocks on top of him.
Woohoo! Okay, I will mark down the fatigue for that, because it takes 1 fatigue.
Correct.
Yep. Okay, we're good.
It's a good trade, though, just saying.
I don't know what the trap status does, but I'll take your word for it.
Trapped. You're completely helpless. You must mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape, or have someone give you some kind of ability to get out of what you're doing. But yeah, on your turn to do anything, you have to either mark 3 fatigue or whatnot to do stuff. So, it is the enemy's attack in advance, and he is still goofed up, so he can't do nothing, which means it's now our evade and observe, which is just the enemy. So he gets one of his fatigue backs, which is important for him. Okay. So he is going to look at our pacifist hammer boy, or sorry, our self-reliant do-gooder in the corner. And he's literally going to say something along the lines of, "You're going to just take all the hits for your friends? Can't trust them for nothing?" And it's going to shift your balance or perspective away from center, making you even further self-reliant, because that's how you shifted it before.
Okay.
I assume you're at the +2 point currently.
Yeah. And I can't do nothing about it either.
Yep. And he has that's all he can do. He only gets 1 technique currently.
Does that count my defended maneuver? Or is my divert only to defend for others?
It's for others, but you can still retaliate because he just shifted your balance, yeah?
Right, because I chose retaliate. That's the second part. Yeah, they're not contingent on each other. Yeah, okay. So
he takes
each time
1
a foe
fatigue.
inflicts or shifts your balance. Yeah, he takes 1 fatigue. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you call him a little bitch or something, and he takes some fatigue. Tired him out.
Cleanse himself with the evade, and then he's saying that I am fucking self-centered, and I would reply very curtly, "No, you."
All right.
I really can't say much. That's pretty good.
So you know Ewum, and you guys have finished this exchange. They are looking severely just not happy. Also, I do want you to know that because of the damage that you guys have done to these guys, the dude who is trapped is literally he can't do nothing until someone frees him because he can't pay the price. So, yeah, they're ready to go. What are you guys doing this thing? I assume you continue fighting.
Oh yeah.
The objective is to knock these guys out and steal their clothes.
Yeah. Clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. There are some pretty interesting basic moves we can use here, where we could stop the combat and then get what we want. I'm specifically looking at the one that's called Intimidate.
Okay, read it. Talk about it.
When you intimidate an NPC into backing off or giving in, roll with passion. On a hit, they choose one. On a 10 plus, first you pick one, then they cannot choose. So they can run to escape or get back up. They can back down but keep watch. They can give in with a few stipulations, or they can attack you but off balance. And then you, as the GM, marks a condition on them.
Okay.
So, if we do that,
I feel
does
like
that
we talk with friends, and we don't want that. So we should like knock them unconscious and like hide them in an alley, tie them up, throw them in the river. Because we are on the bridge, we can just straight up throw these people in the river.
You are not on the bridge. You're in the town.
No, you said we were crossing the bridge, and we talked to the guy on the bridge, and that's where they started attacking.
Negative. You were in the town. You had crossed the bridge.
Liar.
we can do guide and comfort. You can tell
Okay.
them to chill out and relax.
Hit them with the no you.
But then we might have to fight them later.
If we,
or they might recognize.
well, here's the thing. I want to know what the consequences are. If we do a basic move, does that omit us from a combat exchange? Like, can we try a basic move, and if it doesn't succeed, we get into the combat exchange anyway?
Okay, so note for you guys. As a side note. So for important dramatic fights, which is what you guys are technically doing, this is the first time you fought these kind of enemies, and you're kind of like setting yourself up for consequences. Once you start an exchange, you can only use the exchange techniques, right? Which is the moves you get to use are the ones are picking your stance, right? So the thing that we do at the beginning of each round, and if there are an appropriate move for your character that applies to it when you use defense and whatever, right? Those are the moves that you can use. If it doesn't have an applicable thing for you guys to put it in there, needs to be saved for the other stuff. Younger, to apply your stuff for the non-combat-y stuff, right, where it doesn't necessarily say use in combat or whatever. You have to remember the other type of combat that this game does is like narration combat. We haven't really touched on that one yet, and it's where you guys are dealing with a group of yahoos that aren't necessarily at your level or below your level. You know what I mean? They're like winklings, minions, whatever, and you can kind of just deal with them by using your regular moves. So if they don't want to do the exchange anymore, you could then use intimidate, but you can't use intimidate in combat because we've already started fighting. Now, once they get beat up, they might run away, but then or stop fighting or whatever you want to do. Like the dude who is trapped right now can't do anything; he's out of combat. But while his other two dudes are still up and fighting, you can't really have any kind of other move changes, exchanges, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, just so y'all know.
So when you ask, like, do we want to still fight, what menu does that give us access to? Is that the basic moves and balance moves?
No, so when you guys, do you want to still fight means you want to keep up the combat exchange. If you take away from the combat exchange, you basically stop fighting as a group of people. And if the other people still want to fight, they're gonna keep, they're gonna keep it up, and you're gonna just take whatever punishment they dish out as you guys kind of, defend yourself or whatnot. If they're done too, and they're like, look, we're gonna do something else, then we go on to the other stuff.
Yeah, I think what Andrew's trying to say is like if we attempt to do that, do we then get our chance to operate on the regular moves? Because we are not engaged in combat because it's one-sided. So do we get to use our moves because we are not?
Again, as long as the enemies aren't like outright trying to fight you. Because if they're trying to hurt you and you guys are trying to talk things out or intimidate or do your other stuff, you know what I mean?
Right. So if they still want to fight, we can't choose defend and maneuver, advance, then attack, evade, and observe. We're just gonna get walloped.
Yes.
That seems whack, but
yeah.
Right.
So
I feel like
I don't want to do moves. Then I want to get into the combat exchange.
Gotcha. So just as a side note, again, this is just like from the book, right? Sorry, if I can find the right page for it. It literally talks about stuff and things.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because like we all know how like Avatar was or whatever. Like they do an even mix of like dialogue exchange while in combat.
Yeah.
I feel like the moves are supposed to be like enhancement,
Kind of like layer actions.
I can see like specifically like comprehend your flow is specifically defend and maneuver.
Yeah. So let me throw this thing on here for you guys. So after the exchange is the section in page 150 for those that are watching along. Not worried about when the PC loses an exchange. Remember that after the exchange ends, there is no requirement to go right into another exchange. The combatants can break apart after their exchange of blows, and maybe they decide to throw words at each other as they breathe heavy and circle each other, looking for a better position. Maybe no combatant wants to fight anymore. Maybe combatant has decided to fighting directly is a losing strategy, so they quickly set fire to their surrounding, hoping to distract the companions with danger. If multiple combatants want to keep fighting, then another exchange ensues. There's also this also covers a situation in which one side wants to only defend or evade while they are still fighting, still actively participating in the exchange, even if it's only to protect themselves. If only one combatant, one side of combatants wants to keep fighting to the extent that their targets won't even resist the oncoming blows, there's no exchange needing. The attackers simply just inflict fatigue as necessary. Yada 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 yada. So if you guys are still defending yourself from attacks and things, you are technically part of the exchange. If you're both sides are equally shit talking, it kind of calms down into something else.
I see. So
that's
it's
why
it's more of a role play thing.
Yes, so that's why at the end of every exchange I ask if you guys want to continue. Because if you want to continue, then we keep fighting. If you guys don't want to necessarily fight, I can step back and be like, okay, they're talking or something like that, right? Unless it is very narrative driven that they are just trying to beat the hell out of you. Which in this case, with these characters, probably the case.
Is it okay if we get back into it then?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So
I just want you guys to understand where these yahoos are coming from. So what are you guys doing for your exchange this round?
Also super helpful, and thank you. It definitely does help. So yeah, I would definitely tell him, like, hey, if you guys stop messing with this dude and his carrots and cabbages and his vegetables, then we don't have to do this. But if you're gonna keep messing around, there's plenty of rocks around here. You're trying to get trapped.
You hear the one man. The earthbender is stuck under the rocks, which is high tier hilarious. He can't move his hands to do things.
We might want to get the rock off his chest. I don't regret
keep on
him.
putting up pillars on keep
What do they say?
So as you shit talk from a distance, they say, "Yeah, well, you're gonna get it. No one messes with the bow levers."
Oh no!
Oh,
they
We got a
did.
name. We got a name.
What?
I like these guys. These guys
Roll
are fun.
initiative.
Roll initiative. All right.
Evade and observe over here.
Okay. Younger.
Attack!
Okay. Iron.
I mean, considering we're fairly close to finishing this up, yeah, I think attack will be
Okay. So 2 attacks and evade observe. Defending, stuck under a rock, but he would be attacking if his friends get him out, and attacking. So, starting with our defenders, which is only an enemy this time, they still have 1 move because no one's done anything terrible to them.
Yet.
They are going to try and do what their ally did and seize a position. So they make another tower. For some reason, they just like being up higher. The high ground is a positive thing for them.
Idiots.
Watched a lot of episode 3.
So, apparently, favorite movie. They gain the favored position, or sorry, status. Which, so you guys know, when you gain the favored status, you choose an additional or basic mastered technique in the next exchange, even on a miss. So it didn't affect them this round, but next round they'll get an extra turn.
That's bullshit because they always get the hit no matter what.
Yes.
I'm just saying you don't let us get favored all the time. You shouldn't make the enemies have favored all
You
the
don't
time.
do
Even
things
though
for I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They're spending their techniques to be favored. You can do so too.
I don't see it as an advantage. I see we have an answer. We just need to keep getting to the answer.
Okay, attacky boys. So 2 enemies are attacking, 2 allies are attacking. So allies first. Iron or Younger, your guys' choice.
Iron can go first.
yeah. It's time to smack things again, which seems to be the one thing I'm very good at rolling.
Okay.
Both in this campaign and Lancer.
The pacifist is very aggressive.
Speak of the devil. God dang, that's a 9.
Okay. Total?
Mods.
I am
Modifiers?
getting fairly low on fatigue, but it can't hurt. I'm gonna chi jab one of the other guys.
Okay.
No,
How dare
specifically one of the ones that is not trapped.
It's so funny because the last one you just got, this is the turn he gets his thing back.
Yeah, this time I'm jabbing
Giggity.
him. Oh, you know what would be funny if I jabbed him back in the arm again? Oh, that would be funny and mean. I just started feeling in my fingers, and it's gone again. No, I'm going to jab him in the leg.
Same guy.
Yeah, sure, same guy.
That's way too funny.
Young, could you do a favor and beat the crap out of the other dude?
I will do my best.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so the other guy's impaired. It's now Younger's turn.
Now he can't run away.
I am attacking, so I'm going to shake my mothership.
But first, roll. Oh, yeah. Your dice.
6 and a 4 plus 2, so 12.
That's a 10 plus.
What's that do again?
Two techniques, or one practice technique, and take an extra fatigue.
So there's only one guy in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my mouth.
We don't want to cause a huge scene, though, right?
I mean,
Too late. There's already one guy who was up there and got knocked down anyway.
this poor cabbage cart area thing is just all goofed up. Not necessarily from you guys, but you did, destroy a giant pillar, so it's now full of rocks. There's a dude trapped
But,
under
the
some
only thing
rocks,
that
and then
people
there's
are
another
hearing
pillar.
is, the sound of crumbling rocks and, people yelling at each other. There's, no major explosive sounds or anything, right?
Yeah. No gunshots or anything like that. These guys are fighting with their hands. You guys aren't shooting them.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't want to, escalate the situation with a bomb.
Yeah, that would probably be a smart choice.
So there's the guy on the ground, and I can do 2 master techniques, you said? One master, one regular?
Any combination of two techniques, basically, with a 10 plus. Or you can do one learn technique, take an extra fatigue, and turn it into a practice technique. Or you can do a practice technique without spending the extra.
I'm going to use my mastered technique using my first turn's commit to not mark something on my fatigue. And it's called Overpower. Throw a punch with all your weight behind it. Mark 3 fatigue, which I am negating to inflict stunned on an engaged foe.
Nice. Yeah, so which foe are you stunning?
The one that my friend told me to hit.
Okay, so the one that was favored up top. That's rude.
Yeah, so I'm just going to straight up, throw my hammer at him. Uppercut, like Thor, just knock him off.
Alright, so stunned. You're caught off guard, and you can't act or respond for a few seconds until you steady yourself. Basically, you just negate his turn, but he's already went.
That's fine. And then I'm going to have my second ability. Can it be the same thing happens and it just has 2 effects?
Sure.
And it's going to be strike, so that they forcing them to mark 2 fatigue.
Okay, are you going to add the extra fatigue into it?
Bounce away from center. Their choice. Or I can mark 1 fatigue to instead choose to hammer them with blows, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue. Which I'm going to do. So I'm going to mark another fatigue. I'm going to mark a fatigue to make him take 2 fatigue, and he has no choice.
Okay, well, he can't pay the piper, which is unfortunate for him, which means he also takes his angry condition, but that means he's out of combat because you've taken away all his fatigue and caused him to take a condition. He's out of the health. So he is out of the fight, and you stunned him. So thematically, you just hammer straight to the face, and you just hear the dong. Wait! I have a sound effect. I don't have to make shitty sound ones. I have a board for this.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Meet your god.
Send him to Jesus. All right, he's done. That dude's not getting up. You hammer to the face. Now the downside is you just yeeted your weapon, so you'll have to retrieve that at some point.
It was like an uppercut, so it's gonna fall back in my hand.
Okay, Thor.
To be fair, I'm a weapons technique master. Okay, there's no difference between this hammer and a boomerang.
Why don't you just make it a boomerang hammer and just
Typically,
Honestly,
when you hit
I
things with a
see a
boomerang, they don't come
hammer
back.
weapon now.
Right, exactly.
They do when it's directly above you, like this guy is. Whoop! Gravity's on my side.
They do when you miss, for sure.
Anyway, yeah, I as the DM, am telling you, your hammer is up on the pillar of shit with the dude.
It can't be up there. Come on, say it hit him in the gin and then fell down.
I can get it back to you with the earth bendings.
I'm just saying, like, how many times do you throw a rock? Does it stay up wherever you threw it? No, it falls back down.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Go get your hammer later. You can look. It can be thematic. I'm just telling you for now. The hammer is up there. So if you do something to use your hammer, you got to do something cool to get it. Again, stop. This is just letting you be narrative with your actions.
I'm trying to be narrative, and then you're like, nah.
Look, Thor, we're not throwing it up yet. You're not that high level.
No, I'm not throwing it out and back. I'm throwing it up, and it comes down because gravity.
I understand. So, enemy's turn, right?
I haven't done an evade thing yet, so yeah.
Actually, there's no enemies. They're all done for this round. So back to you, evade and observe. So take your fatigue off, and then what else are you doing? Roll for it. Creativity or harmony.
God, creativity or harmony are both terrible. I guess I won't. It's got a 7. Do a thing.
One of those good enough for government work. So, one thing. What are you doing?
Okay. I would use my metal bindings, the master technique. Catch an enemy's limbs in metal you control. They become impaired and cannot remove the status unless they are able to metal bend or the fight ends. While they are impaired and you're engaged with them, you are favored.
So they're already impaired.
Cool. Double it up.
And it is doubled.
Okay. And I'll use one of my metal bindings. I'll launch a couple metal bindings up on the top at Longfang's target so I could knock over the hammer and then let it not hit him when it came down.
I'm skilled. I'm a weapons master. I can cast that shit.
So actually, with you hitting him with these tufts, that's going to end the combat because literally he cannot pay the cost to his cards stacked on him right now. You've tracked the other guy, and you hammer boyed the third. So there are 3 captured, trapped, and knocked out corpses in front of you, or I should say bodies. They're not quite corpses yet. I don't know about the one that took a hammer to the face, but he's probably not doing great.
He's
unconscious.
Missing a few
Just hit him in the
brain cells
jaw a
or
little.
teeth. He's either missing a few teeth or brain cells. It's fine.
You ever throw a hammer at somebody? They're fully dead.
Oh.
Hit.
I've hit Younger in the head with a hammer before, right?
Listen. You can hit somebody with a hammer and it not be on the hammer side, and hit them with a wood piece on the jaw. Just.
But that's not what happened. There was a metal gong. There was a metal gong. There was a metal gong.
That was the sound of it. Hammer piece hitting the helmet. So.
I thought he was.
So.
Okay.
As the old man thanks you for saving him, and he starts picking up his destroyed cabbages, his money, his other things, you guys drag these 3 yahoos where?
To the river. We're throwing them in after we take their clothes.
Wow, that's
how about
murder.
How about not to the river? How about we just tie them up away from everybody else and take their clothes?
First off, that's not necessarily murder. They'll probably wake up when they hit the cold water.
Unconscious people drowning is still fairly common.
This is Avatar, so we can say that they just get dragged downriver. Okay, it doesn't have to be hyper-realism. Okay, fantasy.
I say we take a vote to it. I'm voting that we tie them up.
Also, 2 of them are technically still conscious. they've just been captured by your guys' stuff. So like
We can the other guy really.
The Earthbender can also, metal shackle the other guy, and then you're marching two of them off.
Here, Long John. Here's something to think about. It would be a lot funnier though if we let them have to walk around in their underwear.
It would be funny, but why not have them walk around in their underwear 20 miles away from town when they crawl out of the river?
Wait, they sailed 20 miles down a river unconscious? They're totally dead.
Yeah,
20 miles? They're triple dead.
Okay, that's fair.
Long John, I'm not sure
like
you
a
know
couple
how.
miles, like, and then they have to walk home barefoot and their feet hurt. Like it'd be
Long
like.
John, I'm not sure that's how that works.
So the two conscious guys are like, please don't throw us in the river. It's so gross by town. Please, please. Please,
so
please.
we'll die.
Please, yeah. It's cold.
I'm just gonna bind their hands and legs.
They're already down.
I am tying. I am okay. Cool. I'm assuming we all just kind of like strip them naked. Well, mostly naked. They're now in the white boxers with like the red hearts on them now.
That works for me.
I like to think one's got smiley faces, the other one's got red hearts. What does the third one have? What do you think?
Traditional loincloth.
You better tell me what the
emojis.
secret password is.
Secret password?
Yep. Better tell us the secret password.
While Long John is currently interrogating them for things we have no reason to believe, Kwong's gonna just like, do these fit you? Kwong, do these fit you? I don't. I think it's a little small.
Are we robbing the local domestic police force right now?
No, we're robbing.
We
bullies.
are robbing Bojangles. Okay.
We're Believers.
Yeah, whatever they say.
Believe it. I mean, I'll try. Yeah.
We're just gonna disguise ourselves a little bit.
As you guys take your clothes off, put them back in the cart, and are wearing these wannabe Dai Li disguises, they are considerably tight on you. For the exception of Long. Long, yours is a little long, a little baggy.
Actually, that probably doesn't make sense because my guy's pretty large.
Oh, right, you're stacked too. Okay, two of your characters are super tight, so I take that back. I guess Rith, yours is the loose one.
I'm probably wearing skinny jeans.
It looks like
That's
you're wearing
fine.
skinny jeans.
Oh,
You could do a yoga class if you could move well enough.
I don't think you are. He's just like walking like he's stuck in place.
Yeah. He's got the T-pose animation going on accident.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just walking like this, like.
Yes, exactly. You look
Yes,
like a
cannot flex.
You look like a penguin line.
This is how I'm going to be disguised so that they don't recognize me, is because of my awkward stance is going to be so much more different than my natural, regular walking form.
How about
It's
we
a part
just
of my disguise by accident.
You know, it would also like help if we just like gave you a bath and washed out like the soot out of your beard. That might help.
I'm going to shave as I search one of these people for a razor.
I don't think they have a razor.
They do have a razor on them currently.
If anybody were to look at us right now, I think they'd know that we just beat up people and stole someone's clothes. Because why are we walking around? But we look like idiots.
And to that point, a couple minutes later, some actual police show up to the scene, and they look like they're getting a report from the old man. And as he's describing stuff and things, he looks over and sees you, and he like starts to point, and then he looks and thinks about it for a second, and puts his hand away as if not to say anything.
I turn and whisper to the other people, "You'll spend a night in jail and not say anything if you know what's good for you."
I would listen to him. He likes explosives. Explosives.
We just mugged the muggers, guys. What moral principle are we standing on?
The moral principle of a double negative. It's a positive.
Oh yes.
Oh,
good police of the town.
Does the actual criminal have an issue robbing people though? Just as a character thought for you, like you should have no problem stealing these people's clothes.
I have problems stealing the clothes of people whose material they wear is felt.
That's the only issue. It's just the material.
It's a fat
We're
change.
You can see Kwong like physically like itching his body. He's just like, oh god.
The true crime. The true crime is
Is
we're
that
not
it's
wearing.
felt.
I took silk off to wear felt.
We'll just okay.
I
we
felt that.
Perfect.
I'm going back to the town. I'm
Perfect.
gonna go.
You guys
get-
are
get
still
an
in
eye.
town. You literally have these guys tied up in a corner not far from your cart. You didn't find a place to stay yet. Would you like to find a place to stay and put your cart up so people don't, suspect
Yes.
things?
Yes.
All right.
No,
You get awkward looks from the police that are taking the report from the old man as the three of you drive off. But you might realize it's more of some bow levers are looking real awkward taking a random cart. And you drive off. You guys find a small inn. It doesn't have any special name. It's just the Leeir Fae Inn. And they have happily agreed to take care of your stuff and things.
God, I
You
just had a
guys
thought.
are you guys all sharing a room or separate rooms? There's only 3 of you at this point. Oh, sorry. I take that back. There is technically 5 of you because the 2 that are in the cart chilling. I also want to point out that your Razor was just over there judging you guys silently as you beat these yahoos up and took their clothes and then came back to the cart.
Hey, you have a razor, right? Can I borrow that?
It's in the name, right?
What?
Yeah.
A sharp rock.
So I don't remember his fighting style is half the issue. I know he's a firebender and does lightning stuff. But
You gotta have a sword or something sharp, pocket knife, whatever.
he pulls out a small wisp of flame. It says, usually I just burn off.
Can
the
you-
excess."
You guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go over here because burning here
Can you
smells
do me up?
terrible.
Make me look like one of these Bojangles.
No.
As I draw a terrible picture of the man we just beat up.
He singes your hair expertly.
Gon is
Nice.
gonna be taking it.
Oh!
He's gonna be
My
going in and
slightly
getting us.
blondish beard is now
Singed
black.
at the tips.
Singed
I
with
say
short,
we.
now black. So now it doesn't look like I am a whole new man. Let me find a rag to put as my due.
I'm gonna go in and get us 2 rooms.
As
Gon
I
is just like not even. Just decides not acknowledging it is the best way to acknowledge it.
All right, Kinchin takes your friend Lou, and takes him to one of the 2 rooms. You 3 will be sharing a room, and Lou and our Razor friend, and if he comes back, our Tongue Slar will stay in the other room as well. So it'll be 3 and 3.
When they look at the unconscious guy coming in, we're just gonna be like, yeah, he just had a really long night.
That the person didn't even notice till you said something, and now it looks like you're carrying a lifeless body through the foyer.
Me and Tungsten and the guy has glasses, and we're just weekends of burning. Bring him in.
That works. So you guys get them to the room. You have a thing. It is getting late. Would you like to head over to the grand opening of the grand opening?
Of course.
Okay. So this is where we're going to cut scene in the center really quick as you guys make your way over there. We're at the 2-hour mark. Do you guys want a 5-minute break to go get food, go to the bathroom, all that fun stuff?
No.
Need mom.
I want to try and knock this out so I can then go to bed.
That's fair. How are the rest of you feeling? I think Giger said it was good, so it's just.
I'm just gonna take a quick piss.
Okay. Potty break. Go.
Okay.
BRB. Alright, so be back here in like 3 minutes.
I'm back. If anyone cares, do.
Hey, that was under 3 minutes. I'm Speedy Gonzalez over here. Let's go. Wow. Excuse me.
Oh, yes, you are excused.
Hey, serious question. Since we're off camera and I can show these, which one should I drink next?
Or truly?
Mine's the vodka
not
soda,
truly,
and I
but-
don't know the other one.
So it's the Monster Hard Alcohol or the High Noon. One is black cherry, the other is peach.
Is the High Noon peach?
Yes. No, the High Noon is cherry.
Oh, I would try that.
I mean, I know what it tastes like. They're both delicious. I don't even like
Oh.
peach as a flavor, and like I will drink the heck out of these.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's my flavor.
Bang!
Man, the president of Bang Energy is an absolute nutcase.
Yeah.
Have you seen that
I
guy?
love it.
That man, that's because he's been drinking his own supply for so long.
Yeah, don't you know? Walter White said it best. You don't partake in your own supply.
That man been on his supply. He test every
He's
batch.
been.
You do if it's good. I got boxes. Boxes.
That's not good for your kidneys.
It is so good. It's great.
Make sure you
I
drink
haven't
lots of
slept
water.
in weeks.
Not sleeping is not the issue. It's more I'm fairly certain at some point you'll be peeing gravel.
Actually, funny that you say that. I've never had one. Not once. Zero.
Just give it a minute.
It's been a minute, bro. I've been drinking Bang since I discovered it. Oh,
It's been
I was
several
like-
years. I'm right there with her. I've been drinking energy drinks since I was a teenager. And so far, so
I was
good.
pretty good. I drank like 2 a day for like probably like 6 months straight. And that was like my primary source of energy. Like I would have like gas station tornadoes. For like my like breakfast, which was at like 10 p.m. or whatever. It was bad. But I'm on a better schedule now. So like I limit to myself like one a day, if that, when I do it. And I usually save them for game days now.
Yeah, I was bad and had this is my second energy drink today, but I was
Now Pepsi, on the other hand,
falling asleep beforehand. Pepsi.
I drink those now.
Don't tell Spain, he'll cry.
I was drinking Coke for a while, but I was like, they're gonna mess up my teeth.
I drink whatever's cheaper between the two or off brand. It's so nice that off brands are starting to have the zero sugar ones too now. Like the issue is they're always sold out up here. It drives me crazy. Like I just want my off brand soda. All right, everyone's back. Let's go. For those of you watching YouTube, thank you for skipping that, so you don't have to see us sit around for 5 minutes and discuss what we are drinking. So, Andrew, your mic is over here like having issues. There it goes. Maybe. perhaps.
Blurry.
The
You're
camera?
you're gonna say you. Yeah, sorry, I said mic. I meant camera.
What's it called? Yeah.
John Cena it up. There it goes. It autofocused. I hate when
Do,
mic does
do,
that.
do. I'm back.
All right. Good. Wait, do I have that sound effect? If I don't, I should
I
probably.
don't know you're not my dad.
I appreciate the wrestling reference, though. That's funny.
WWE.
We need to make a short list of sounds I need to download for later when we're going through these games. Because I'm always like, I need that sound, and then I forget to look at it, and then it's gone for 2 weeks.
That's what I have on my Discord all the time. I ask people to do stuff. This is a good one.
Accurate.
Bruh.
Yes. Okay.
This is one I never get to use. You can't imagine why.
Well, sorry for the people watching YouTube later. The surprise Godzilla.
Screonk.
Get out!
My favorite
Get out of
over.
here! Dead. No. Wait. Time out. We're doing sound effects before we get back into this.
Ooh, very nice.
I have a friend who's really excited to see the new Metal Gear. What is it? Metal Gear Delta.
What?
When it comes out, it's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
They've redone.
Yeah, it's called Metal Gear Solid.
Can they just redo 1 and 2? I really want to play as Raiden again on that stupid aircraft carrier, and I really want to play the original again because the original was beautiful. If they could just add some freaking pixels to it, that would be fantastic. It was a PS1 game.
I like Snake Eater a lot.
I have a friend who
What
is
you just said
fascinating.
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
Oh!
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no
I
points,
don't remember what that one's from.
and may God have mercy on your soul.
Happy
Okay,
Gilmore.
so to be fair, that is not in reference to your statement because Snake Eater is great. That sound effect though is hilarious.
I was gonna say,
Where have I heard that from?
Smite!
Alright,
That's Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, it is Happy Gilmore.
That's the one.
Alright, I have one more before we get restarted. It's like 20 seconds. Prepare yourselves.
Oh no, looks like I stole your nipples. They sure were sharp. Let me slide you a solid and give you a hint. You can save up to 20% on your life insurance by switching to Geico. As far as your nips, I'll keep those until you get better. They sure look good on me. Save more with Geico.
Alt F4 that. You can't have that. No.
We somehow got demonetized because you said the word Geico.
4 times. Yeah, no. We just gotta put the sponsored by.
Oh my god.
Geico sponsors us because of the nipple joke. Anyway, back to the story. You guys head to the grand opening of the grand opening. And the grand opening is actually a very interesting looking restaurant, to say the least. It is centered around a pit of chefs, right? That is open to the open air. There's a small dome that kind of covers it, and you can kind of see smoke and whatnot. But inside the actual restaurant itself is a wide opening, where the chefs give the food to the waiters take it to the tables that are on the outside of it. So it is very themed with the title.
Wide enough for my arms in this outfit.
You will notice that a good majority of the people that are here are wearing very similar clothing. Yeah, you're gonna about 2/3 of the people that are in the restaurant eating currently are wearing the same clothing style as you. But you will notice that there are quite a few predominant looking figures or interesting looking figures at a single table, and the waiters seem to be very, very focused on this one table. And as you look over there, you recognize one of them very innately.
I have a question. In preparation to walk into this place while we were at that place, would we have time to have possibly prepared something beforehand?
Are you talking about you want the prepared status for one of your bombs?
Yeah.
I'll let you roll for it. If you roll a 3 or better on a single dice, I will allow it. But only one thing.
Okay, and no bonus to anything?
No bonus, just a straight D6 roll.
I got a 3.
Okay,
so I'm good? Or no?
No. Above a 3.
3 or better.
I probably did say that, but what I meant was above a 3.
That's fucked up.
You had a 50-50 chance, okay? So no, you probably thought about preparing something special, but decided not to because having prepared bombs inside an eating establishment where you plan to actually eat is a poor choice.
That's debatable.
So, what would you guys like to do in here? Would you like to just try and gather intel, or are you just going to eat your food? What is your plan for eating? It is a nice restaurant. The prices aren't ridiculous, and the food looks fantastic. So it would behoove you to, eat some food.
I would like to position myself to get into a table position that is behind Bo's seat.
Okay, so
he's faced away from us.
I'm going to let you use a move to do so successfully. What move would you like to do to try and do that?
The movement move.
That is not a thing.
I don't have a regular move that does that. I don't think.
I would say this would fall under pushing your luck because you're getting really close to the enemy, hoping he doesn't see you.
Okay, what is the pushing luck?
So you roll with passion. On a hit, you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. The GM tells you what it costs you. On a 10 plus, your boldness pays off despite the cost, so you're going to pay a cost for doing this regardless. The GM tells you what other lucky opportunity falls in your lap.
I got a 3 and a 6 and a 2. 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 2, 11.
Congratulations.
Okay, so I sit behind him. Do I mark a fatigue or something?
So, no fatigue lost. As you sneak your way over there, you unfortunately have drawn that table's ire as you sneak over and a waiter smashes into you. On a plus note, you're able to get your meal for free because they've destroyed your clothes and are very apologetic, but they do seem to be paying attention to you. Luckily for you, you've changed your get up and whatnot and don't look like someone that Bo would recognize. And he seems to be paying attention to you and not the others in your group because, you know.
I mean, I have what little left of my chin is slightly burned, what's left on there. And this outfit forces me to walk in a different manner, so he cannot recognize. And I got a do-rag, so he can't see my hair.
I feel like it would be called something different than a do-rag, but I understand what you're
saying. I don't know what it's called. A bandana.
No. Whatever. Anyway.
Okay, so what do we get as a bonus for pushing luck, I guess?
Your boldness pays off, so you're now close to him without him realizing. At least not realizing that it's you. And as the bonus thing for getting an 11 or 10 plus, your meals aren't going to cost you anything, or at least yours specifically.
Nice. I'm ordering the most expensive thing on the.
Are you? That's important.
To give me to give me a bonus. I should be inspired because I had such a marvelous meal.
I actually am not going to argue with that whatsoever. I was 100% going to give that to you, just for eating the food here. But yeah, you can take the inspired status. You're ready to stand for something. Clearly inspired to shift your balance towards a principle of your choice.
So I just use inspired whenever?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So, you guys, do the rest of you sit down and have meals, or are you kind of just listening in?
I mean, meal and listening in?
Okay, I mean, you can do both.
Yeah. Getting some warm food.
Okay, so as you guys are listening in, I would suggest using the assess the situation.
Okay.
Not me. I'd want to talk to the granddaughter.
Okay, so you don't. Are you going to just like talk to her, or you plead with her, trick her, or what is the thought? Or are you just having a nice conversation without using a move? Trying to give her the old shifty moves. You might push her luck.
I wanted to talk about her dad and the things that happened earlier.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, so you can just do that. So, while the other
But
two are,
I'll wait. I'll wait for Iron's turn though.
Okay, Iron, you want to assess the situation?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, roll your thing with creativity.
Rolling. Okay. I have a creativity of what again? Okay. And check it out. Yeah, 5.
Total. Okay.
I am enjoying this meal way too much.
100%. Yeah, you're just scarfing down.
Oh, warm food. God, this stew is great. Is it stew or is it like something else?
So as your friend is over there eating the biggest firecracker looking craziness in front of him, right? The owner is the one that actually presented it to the table, and while she's over at the table, it gives you an opportunity to speak with her.
Me or
no, the person who wanted to speak with her.
Ah, right, there you go.
You were too busy eating the food you ordered, just scarfing
Honestly,
it down.
I don't regret it. This is so good. I was tired of having jerky for a week.
Is that your internal monologue?
Yes.
All I can imagine is it's just like ramen or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I would speak to the granddaughter who owns the restaurant.
Again,
and
she brought
say,
the food over.
Yeah, and while she's there, I was like, "Hey, do you know who we are? Is that why you brought the food here? Because we actually met your grandpa in the stall earlier today."
Oh, well, I mean, that's funny. He's a semi well-known farmer around here. But no, I brought the food over here because someone ordered the most expensive thing after one of my waiters made a mistake. So I am politely telling him not to do that in the future. It's a little rude.
We saved his stall from some ruffians in town.
Oh, well, that's usually not on your guys' to-do list. So thank you for taking care of the elderly. I'll have to talk to him about it later. It's not your guys' usual MO. But I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, we're making sure that we're taking care of the neighborhood. It's very important that everybody gets to experience such entrepreneurship as yourself, and we feel like taking care of them. So, how I don't know if you can tell, we're a little kind of like low on the totem pole here. How'd you get yourself involved with this celebration, Lord Bo? Talk about a big ticket.
Well, I mean, Lord Bo heard the idea for the shop to the Grapevine, and was kind enough to fund the expedition here, and he's only wanting 10% of the business. So as long as we're paying him what he needs to get paid, he's going to be happy, just like a third of the other businesses in town.
So your whole situation here is just a restaurant, or is there going to be any kind of like celebratory sort of like a event that's going to be happening here? You guys going to throw on a show or something? Such a beautiful space, such a big space.
Well,
love the name, by the way. Hilarious name. I love it. It's very like gimmicky. 10 out of 10.
Thank you. I mean, the show is being able to watch the chefs work. We hired some of the best excuse me, some of the best firebending chefs that we could find, and they're the ones currently walking. And you can see they're being very showy. You know, one step above or below a hibachi, whatever you want to consider it.
Okay, so they're not just chefs; they're also entertainers.
Somewhat, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful situation that you have set up here. Younger, did you want to come in on something?
Yeah. I was gonna ask about oh yeah, what's the venue's agenda? You know, is there like a piece of paper with like a list of like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a speech by Bo at this time, da da da, so on and so forth, or whatever.
Not that I was told. He just came here to see how the food was, make sure his investment was going to be making money. But considering it's near a full packed house tonight, I think he'll be excited for.
I was going to I know this is probably a little bit foolhardy on my point, but I want to get the most amount of civilians not in harm's way as possible. And so I was going to attempt to possibly trick. I'm talking out of character.
Okay.
Trick the proprietress and possibly a couple other people to leave early, but specifically the proprietress basically be like, "Oh yes, we did save your grandfather's stall. However, he was injured a little bit. You might want to go check on him so that she doesn't, end up in a exploding restaurant.
Interesting. Okay, so you can 100% try and trick the NPC. That is a move you can do. So you're rolling with creativity?
I'm asking my teammates first. Does that sound like something you guys would be pro or against?
I don't want to blow up her restaurant.
I mean, we don't want to, but the main bad guy's here.
Right, and so that's collateral. I mean, I hear your argument. Yeah, sounds good. Do we feel outnumbered? Or ridiculously outnumbered?
Yes.
Do we feel like explosives are going to win the day, even though we're outnumbered?
Odds are not in your favor. So, if this restaurant holds 30 people at a time, 2/3 of them are members of the Bow Leavers. So you're talking 20 plus people in this room with you. So 21 on 3. You guys can take 7 people apiece. You might have a chance.
To be fair, bombs affect everybody apparently because that's how we ruled it.
Like if each of us was the avatar.
I'm the avatar. Of bombs. The avatar of death. But so I guess I will roll with creativity, and I am inspired, right?
Yes.
I don't know if it does anything for me.
Inspiration allows you to shift your balance.
That I don't think that helps me.
Nope. But I am actually, depending on how this trick goes, I will be shifting your balance.
Yeah, and after that, I want to do an assess the situation.
Huh? Yes, towards
what?
Because you're trying to save people's lives.
Probably not gonna end up. 5 plus 1, so total of 6. So it's on a 7 to 9, pick 1. On a 10, pick 2. So
did you add your creativity?
Yeah, that was plus 1.
Okay.
So
and you only wait.
Did
you roll for your total? 2 dice?
Yeah, I got a 1 and a 4, and then a 1.
5 plus 1. 6.
Yeah, so you failed. So you try to trigger and smoothly convince her, hey, your grandpa might not be hurt, or might be hurt, and you should go check on him. And she kind of gives you a look like concerned, but she's like, look, this is one of the most important nights of my life. I cannot leave here to go check on grandpa just because some random Yahoo said he might be not doing so well. I appreciate it, and I will check on him when I have time. But tonight, until everyone leaves, I'm probably going to be super busy. I feel like if he was in real danger, one of the other market people would show up and send him my way.
I see.
But I want to assess the situation as well. I rolled an 8.
Roll it. Total of 8. So you get to ask one question.
Yeah. So what should I be on the lookout for?
So you should be out on the lookout for him recognizing you. Because you and Younger are the two of the only people that actually fought him directly. So him catching on that you're 10 feet away, is the big oh no moment.
I mean, we're pretty well disguised.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not terrible.
Okay, cool. I'll just make sure that Long John Fang is aware of the threat as well.
So I win. Does that make my so my stuff doesn't change, right? Because I failed?
Correct.
Okay.
No. Actually, I'm going to shift it anyway because you at least attempted to do something with care. You sucked at it, but you tried. You thought about it, right?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what changes my stuff though. Because is that the inspired itself? Is that what was changing my?
No. You choose when to use inspired. I'm choosing it or telling you to shift it using one of my GM moves, because you did something that is very much you were being careful, right? You were trying to avoid civilian casualties. You weren't just using force; it was a precise strike and not a strong hammer swing.
So I'm going to move it back to exactly where it was.
Okay, that's fine.
And I lose my inspired, which is fine.
Okay, so I am going to sorry.
None of us assess the situation.
Yeah,
I did.
I mean,
For the dangers.
you tried, yeah, and Bo being the most dangerous person here is pretty obvious. So,
I mean, we're here for a while. Couldn't we do a couple more moves?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually have you all roll on your or you guys can tell me how you're doing it. But I think you would use your rely on your skills or training, or push your luck to obtain more information about what's going on next to you.
I will rely on my skills and training because.
Okay, how are you doing so?
I'm going to rely on my skills and training by kind of just like calming down, like centering myself to try and like focus in. Slowly, like meditating where you would tune out like one thing at a time to just kind of focus on them.
Okay, roll your roll.
Okay.
Using a focus as your modifier.
Okay. And okay. And you said focus, right?
Yep.
Focus, which is not bad. Okay. Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. So as you try to calm down and relax, you might become too relaxed and only pick up one piece of information that would be considered valuable. So you can either take that, or you can mark 1 fatigue and gain 2 pieces of helpful information.
I will mark a fatigue and gain 2 pieces.
Okay, so the first piece of information is the 6 people at the table that are with Bo are all lords or ladies of various towns / districts.
Hold on, I need to write this down. Because this seems important, given the fact that it's important information.
Are they Dai Li related?
Well, they are interacting with Bo at a fancy dinner party, so you don't know what their relations are. They could be friendly, they could be negative. They're just lords or ladies. That's all you know at this point.
I don't want to make enemies of potential friends.
That's a smart choice and probably something to think about. Your second piece of information is as you are listening, you do catch all of their names in some regards. So there is 10 seconds. Let me do something on my phones to give you the appropriate names. Maybe if I can find my list of stuff. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Is it not in the right spot? There it is.
Oh man, I want to do something so ballsy.
Okay.
Okay.
So the 6 names: a Lord Genora, a Lord Pema, a Lord Barik, a Lord Ty Lee, not to be confused with the main one of the main characters, Ty Lee.
Yeah, that's
a Lady Kai, and a Lady Opal.
Okay. So Lady Kai and Lady Opal are the only two girls, or is Hema
Correct.
also?
Well, there are other females at the table, but those are the lords and ladies that you pick up.
Okay. All right. Well,
I have a ballsy.
What's up?
So, my thought is if we wave the proprietress over and convince her to hand a slip to Bo at his table of paper of a note that we leave so that he doesn't see us directly, and recommend that he go talk in a back room or something about some information pertaining to the Avatar, to get him to step away from the table and leave the immediate zone, and we ambush him separately in that room.
I don't know if this is the great place to do that, especially since this seems kind of like his whole seat of power.
Yes, but it would separate him from the group, which I think would give us a better advantage than have the entire group here.
So just as a note, you'll have to leave the restaurant itself because there's no like back rooms. Like I said before, it's an open space.
There's not a kitchen. There's not a pantry.
It's in the center.
That's fair. There's not a pantry.
No.
Go to somewhere more private.
It's in the middle, like below everything. So like, yeah, you could go down there, but like, you're not gonna
go to the basement. Go to the basement. I'm saying, give me something.
I 100% understand. But your understanding of the building as a character wouldn't lead you to be like, I know exactly where the pantry is. You know what I mean? And it's not like the people that work here are going to be like, yeah, you can definitely come down here.
No, but we do have a waterbender, and we do have an airbender, and we do have an earthbender who know the forms of various architectural styles.
I mean, an option for sure, but do you really want to be earthbending and being? It's not like bending is quiet for the most part.
No, I'm not saying bending. I'm saying we have somebody who has knowledge of those regions.
Oh,
so
okay, gotcha. Sorry, I thought you were implying that you would use waterbending or earthbending to get to those rooms without dealing with the employees in the way.
I still don't think it's a great idea.
Well, I mean, how are we gonna challenge this individual? Like, are we gonna do it in person, like in front of 20 people, or are we gonna do it privately and pull him away?
Do it privately, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to do it right now.
I mean, that's also true.
I mean, just as a note or an idea, you guys could always follow him after dinner.
Yep.
Or something along those lines.
You know what I mean? We don't have to leave this area right now. Like, we could stick around here for a little bit, like a week. Figure something out.
I mean, that's true, but we don't know how long this guy's gonna be here, or if he's gonna jump ahead of us to find the Avatar or whatever he's doing, or to find us.
So as a note, he's looking for you. You have the item he needs to talk to the Avatar, to his knowledge.
Yeah, which is why I don't think it's smart to just go. I don't think it's smart to go after him right now because he's after us.
Yes, which is if we give him a slip of paper, which is not us giving it to him, he'll be inclined to potentially leave to go to a location to talk about, oh, yes, some of our agents apprehended these fools. Or, oh, they have the Lotus piece, or this or that, or whatever lie we want to do. Or, oh, we have a lead on the Avatar.
Okay, so would you like to trick Bo with a note?
That is what I'm asking the party. I got one person who says they don't want to, but I don't know what they want to do instead. And I have one person who hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah.
I want to continue on with the regular journey, so we go and find that spirit that we were looking for originally.
That's what you want to prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize the spirit, because right now one of our friends does not have a soul right now. Kind of important.
And whose fault is that?
His.
It's certainly not mine, but risking another person's soul isn't exactly the best way to get to.
It is Bo's fault, and in character, Bo is my listed arch nemesis at the moment.
He is very motivated to attack this man.
Understood.
Like the character's enemy.
Do we want our third session playing to fight your arch nemesis?
Yes, because that is actually the only way I can get any growth points as a character.
The thing for your the growth point for your character is to get in conflict with Bo, right?
Yeah, specifically. At this exact moment.
So it is taking
what are
steps
other
to
ways
defeating him, though. It's not
taking
necessarily
steps to defeating him.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not necessarily actual combat. There is one on his like main character sheet that gets him even extra points for it. And if he does his objective, what is your objective for Bo? You said dispose him, right?
Yeah, but I thought at the time that meant like kill him.
I mean,
depose, not dispose.
Depose just means you kick him out of his seat of power.
Well, yeah. So the issue that we have is there's this individual who has the ability to use his influence to kind of find the avatar, right? Who's missing, right? So really, if we intercede between him and the avatar, that's our finding a conflict, finding our success.
So as a side note, right? You guys don't really know much about Bo until this episode. You didn't know he was a lord. He's just some dude that showed up with the Dai Li and attacking your peeps and things. Lou seemed to know who he was and told you guys to get away. Fought for a minute, had you guys help, and he lost his soul. And then you guys, broke the door and grabbed his body and escaped.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of a bunch of level 2s fighting an ancient red dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we not understanding the concept of a dragon. Yeah, we have no conceptualization of what the ancient red dragon is. We're just like, let's just fight the biggest thing in the room. I feel like it's a goof.
And we
got dunked
on.
Yeah, we got dunked on fully.
As a side note, something I've learned that makes stories interesting is the characters failing. So like this is a great opportunity for you guys to goof this up and charge in too early.
No. That's good for a story.
So another thing we could do is we could use this note to pull him away from the area and then further discredit him with his people. Like we are dressed up as his dudes, right? And we could make a fool of ourselves, making it look bad on him as soon as he leaves. So that it shows that we have no manners or whatever, and that we're like, oh yeah, this is just a group of ruffians, discredit him as an individual.
This is an option for sure.
Okay. I think step 1 should be what makes him a villain? What does he want?
What makes him a villain? He punches people's soul out of their bodies, and he's trying to kill us.
How about we find a way to not get our soul punched out of our
because he's looking for the avatar, and he's a bad guy.
That's a good guy could say the same things. It's like, I'm just a good martial artist that punches people's souls out. That's what they get for trying to be evil. Like, what is it that he gains from doing this thing? How is that manipulative, oppressive?
I was gonna say, hold up. So far from what you guys have seen, he's invested in a business.
Sounds like a good guy. Yeah.
He's got a cult of followers, which is a little sketchy.
Who are assholes.
He seems to be a waterbender who works with the earthbenders, right? He's a lord, right? And he's a waterbender. You've seen him use waterbending techniques.
Easy way for bad guys to look bad if we attack this guy.
I'm saying we don't have to necessarily attack him. I'm just saying you get him to step away and lie, and then look like fools.
Why? What is the point?
So that we can ruin his reputation with these other lords.
Why do we want to do that?
Because we want him to lose power and influence so that he'll have a harder time tracking us or having more resources available to him.
Sounds
on our way to go further.
I feel like the people that we should target isn't just because we're doing it in a defensive way, because we're actually not being defensive right now. We're chasing this person down in their place of business. If we're trying to attack someone who is a villain, we should know what their villainous actions are. And so far, their villainous actions are looking at us.
They attacked us. That's their first set of villainous actions. Is the beginning of the campaign, they invaded our place that we were at. They invaded our group. And so that's the villainous action, is they attacked us first, and so now we are retaliating in a similar manner. Literally, and almost.
That's lacking a goal. Just that they attacked us doesn't have a goal, a motivation, an objective. They just fought us.
You guys do know that they were looking for the Iron's last piece.
Yeah.
And what does that give them? If they have a fucking chess piece, what does that do for them?
It's the easiest way to find the avatar, confirm the avatar.
Yeah.
What a good thing to do. Everybody needs the avatar. That would be really helpful for the world.
But you got to remember, they killed the last avatar.
Is that the case?
The Dai Li that was revealed in the your big reveal of truth. Yeah, that the Dai Li were the ones that killed her. They brainwashed her wife, fiance, whatever, to kill her in her sleep.
So our goal is to prevent the avatar's murder.
Well, the last avatar is already dead.
No,
the new one, yes. It's either to prevent their murder and or to well, I guess that's the end state, or be perverted by the Dai Li.
I was gonna say, because you don't know if they actually want to kill the kid. You just know he's young and impressionable, and he is an earthbender, right? Which would give the Dai Li considerable access to him because they assume he lives in the Earth Kingdom, yada yada yada.
In a lot of ways, the rights and privileges to influence the kids in their own region.
Yeah.
So I think we need to find the avatar before he does.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the letter that you're trying to use should see what information he has on the avatar, so that at the very least we have what he has.
Or we could send him on a wild goose chase of yes, we found the individuals. They are located in a city that is opposite of the direction that we are headed.
So
yeah,
I'm going to use a GM move to kind of push the conflict forward, because you guys are locked into conversation here. As your characters are arguing over what to write over this note, or whether to write a note, or what the objective is, a very familiar face has walked over to the table and says, "You all feel familiar, especially you." He points, though I believe you prefer silk instead of velvet. Well, I would suggest staying where you're at, and you guys can feel the wood in your chairs lose its moisture, and you are all shackled. As you are frozen to the chair itself.
Who is talking?
This is Bo.
Okay. So are you saying that this is we're about to get effed up?
He just walked over and froze you guys to your guys' seats. Using the water and the wood.
Hold me, and I rip up mine and my friends' arms from their shackles.
Okay, you get to roll for that.
Yep, I rely on my skills and training. And I roll with passion instead of focus.
Yes.
I got a 5 and a 6 plus 2. So 13.
Okay, so with a 13, I believe that just lets you do the thing. Let me go back up to the move set here. Make sure it is set right. Yeah, on a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how to blah blah blah. Okay, so it's above a 9, so you do it. So yeah, you using your move to walls can't hold me. Excellent use of this.
None of us are trained for temple.
Yep, you break your chains at least. I mean the rest of them you can't really physically rip them off yourself without like grabbing them, but you're free.
Why can't I just, like rip up the board, like the whole board that we're on, just like
Because it is a large table.
we're sitting at a bench seat.
You are sitting at a table in individual chairs.
To be fair, that wasn't said.
Okay, I actually did say it right before we did everything when I told you guys got frozen to your chairs.
I mean, I guess that's true. You did say the chairs instead of seats. Okay.
But that does not negate the fact that you could goof up the table and the chair that you were personally on.
Yeah, just make it so I'm not
correct
grappled.
You are not grappled / whatchamacallit, sorry, trapped. The rest of you just saw the hammer do his hammery thing. Protecty boy, you are frozen in place. And our handy dandy foundling, you are also trapped in place. You have the trapped condition currently. Which, so you guys know, means you're completely helpless. You must mark combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape. So, we're going to use our moves for this one. So for this combat, you guys are going to do your stuff. I'm going to let you try and do some moves instead of a fight scene, because I don't think it'll end well for you if we do it that way. Unless you would like to engage. He doesn't seem to be trying to fight right now. He just like was getting you to settle down and you just went, ah!
Okay.
You said 3 fatigue?
3 fatigue or a combination of 3 conditions. So a fatigue and 2 conditions, all 3 conditions, whatever, right?
I cannot take any more.
Does this count as a fight?
You are not engaged yet. He was just pinning the rest of your allies down, and you broke out of said getting pinned down. Like you could have had a cutscene talk through situation and then broken out, but instead you're like, I'm immediately breaking out of this.
I physically.
Yeah, I mean we're still in the cutscene. You're saying, right?
More or less.
If you can't take any more fatigue, you would take a point a condition.
Correct.
Yeah. What conditions are there? Let's see.
It's on your character sheet. You have 5 of them. Everyone has the same 5.
So I have one thing to say. And that is him trapping not considered engagement?
No. I was not putting you in an engaged situation, so you could still use your other moves.
Okay.
Which allowed you to use your walls can't hold me.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like that should be able to be used whenever.
Okay, so but in engagements, right?
Yeah.
You could use smash, right?
So potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because that's essentially what that move is. It just smash outside of combat, or like, hey, there's a literal wall in my way. I'm gonna, run my head through it, kind of thing.
Well, I know what I want to do.
Okay, would you like to start an engagement?
No, I'm not fighting.
Okay, what would you like to do?
We're not. Well, since I just shrugged off his shit, I would like to attempt to intimidate to get him to like cool off. Like, hey man, maybe let us enjoy our dinner. I don't remember bothering you.
I mean, you were plotting behind his back, but you know what? I will allow it, but you have a -2 in this situation.
Why do I have a -2 necessarily?
Because you are at a disadvantage in this situation.
But I'm asking why.
That's why.
Because Bo is not scared of you.
Yeah.
So my thing that I'm curious about, I don't know if it gives credence.
Mhm.
But if it was a quote-unquote engagement, since I am interacting with my adversary, all my fatigue would be cleared and I would become inspired if it becomes an engagement.
Okay, cool. It's not an engagement yet.
Um,
Unless you make an engagement, he's, you know what I mean, until you throw punches.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll roll then.
Okay.
I got a 6 and a 5. What is the thing that uses
Passion.
passion plus 2 minus 2, so 11.
11. That's a great roll. So, you pick one and they cannot choose. Oh, sorry. So on a hit, they get to choose one, and then you get to delete one of the choices. So the choices are: they run or escape to get backup, they back down but keep watch, they give in with a few stipulations, or they attack you but off balance. The GM marks a condition on them. And you get to pick one of those to eliminate. So their choices are down to 3 instead of 4.
I remove they attack you.
Interesting. Okay.
Thank you. I only have like 1 fatigue left.
Okay, so with what you said, they say, I will let you finish your food, but the 3 of you must leave immediately afterwards. We'll have a conversation at another time. I'm trying to have an important conversation. I don't need you causing any more havoc than you already have. Also, don't forget to pay the lady for the chair.
Gon is gonna nod. Appreciated. And he's gonna go back to the soup. He's like, I need to come back here again.
Would you? So does he remove the shackles from my friends?
Yes.
Okay.
The stipulation is we gotta leave
after we finish our food, so we can continue to eat. And I have the largest, best meal, so it is going to take a considerable amount of time for me to finish.
Gon's already kind of finished his food, and he's just like, "Do you want to use my chair? Kind of broke yours."
I don't care.
So
can we just take the food to go? What are we doing? This is a full threat, and we're gonna hang around and eat?
I am going to eat because I'm going to listen to the conversation and get more information.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get up and go pay for the chair.
Okay, you do so, and you pay with a few gold to say sorry and whatnot. The hostess is freaked out excessively, but you will notice that that 2/3 of the people that were eating have kind of like stopped eating and are now just bulldogging all 3 of you.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, Gon is very apologetic.
They're bulldogging us. What does that mean exactly?
They're staring us down.
They're mean mugging you. Like you make one false move and you're gonna get pounced.
I look at him.
To be fair, this is everybody else, and this food is really good according to what Rook says. And I was just like, "You're messing with our meal, dude."
I'm getting up and leaving.
Because
I know how to read a room.
Yeah,
and everybody around me is illiterate. I'm leaving.
I'm not illiterate. I'm just paying the lady back because I feel bad. We broke a chair.
We're walking.
Also,
we're talking. We're walking. We're walking. We're talking.
Okay.
So,
well, paid for it. And
long
I guess...
as you shove food in your mouth, angrily staring at the lord and lady's table.
I would like to assess the situation to see if I can find information.
Please do so.
Creativity.
Long and Gone or just get halfway out the
Question:
door.
Since these people are relatively forthcoming with stuff and things, would I have a passive bonus because they're having conversations?
Oh, they are very much watching you. The conversations are kind of dried up, but they try to make small talk. So I'm not going to give you an advantage to picking anything up, but it is very now guarded conversation because Lord Bo walked over, froze some people, one of them, "Wah!" and then he like pointed at him and then walked away.
And then Bo walked away, showing that he's a little. I got a 4. And
I don't know how to regally tell you it was his decision to walk away, not yours.
A 4 and a 5 plus a total of 2.
A 4 and a 5 plus total of 2, so 11.
No. Wait, is that 11? No, plus 1 or more. Creativity, yeah, plus 1. So
Okay,
10.
So 10, but still a 10 plus, which means you get to ask 2 questions. And you get a plus 1 on the ongoing. So the questions are: what here can I use to blank? Who or what is the biggest threat? You don't really need to ask that one. You know that one. What should I be on the lookout for? What is my best way in, out, through? Or who or what is in the greatest danger? Again, that one, the last one, kind of obvious.
So the first one, though, what here can I use to, which person in the room that is talking seems most likely to be not aligned completely with Bo's goal, that might have some care in hearing another side of a story, or that doesn't seem completely loyal to this Bo dude.
You would say that probably all 6 of these yahoos have their own interest and desires. From the conversation,
but who do I see that could potentially align more with us to give us a...
I understand. I don't think any of them have any strong leanings that you can tell. You'd have to talk to them individually to get their thoughts on the matter. They're in a guard.
I'm trying to pinpoint one to do that in the future.
Gotcha. Okay, that works for me.
Okay. So, is it Lady Opal?
You don't know. Again, none of them seem openly outward, but I will give you a carry 1 to get a plus 1 on the when you interrogate them or talk to them for stuff and things, if you ever do.
Okay. What in here can I look out for that will give me an advantage in a given situation?
So what's my best way in, out, through?
No. What should I be on the lookout for? Like, is there something like that could turn the tables in my favor? Like, oh yes, the place is filled with oil lamps, and so it would totally burn everybody alive if I burnt the inside of the building with a bomb, and everything would spontaneously combust in fire and kill everyone.
Well, I don't know if it would do that in an open space like this, but you could probably smoke the area up really bad if you toss one of your bombs on the cooking area.
I see.
But you might kill the chefs.
That's fine.
Not. There was the nice.
We're not there anymore. We're not there anymore. Your lives are forfeit.
We've left.
So you said like this area is an open space and stuff, and like, what are the walls made of?
Some kind of stone. Like we'll say a granite. It's a granite.
Okay, a granite stone. And where is he sitting in this area?
About 10 feet away from you.
But like, is that like in the middle of the building, the corner of the building?
So all the seating is on the outside of the building.
Yeah. Okay, but is he like in a corner, or is he against the wall?
It is an open space. So like, it's just like if there was a ring around the outside, right? Imagine this as a circle, right? Because the center is a pit. He is just one of those spots along the ring. It's one big table. Yeah, it'd be one of where your little hole slots are in that thing is a good representation. So there's not really a corner because you're in a circle.
Not against the wall.
Right. Yeah. There's enough table room around. The tables that you're on are circular. They're meant for large groups.
The way you were describing it made me think it just went around the entire perimeter.
Oh, I mean the circle itself. You know what I mean? So like wall circle, big old outside dome looking thing, right? Then there is a center circle that has the cooking and all that fun stuff on the inside. A smaller ring that has all the servers and whatnot to get up to the people sitting at like Coliseum setting style kind of step up thing where they walk to the
So
tables, and then there's a single row of tables that there's probably what I say there could be 30 people, so each one of these tables holds about 6 people. So there's 5 or 6 tables around the restaurant.
Okay, so basically you're saying when I assessed the situation, I was able to pull basically no information.
I mean, when you to answer the question that you asked, if you threw a grenade at the chef,
No. That one was I got something from that, but the other one I didn't get any information besides they're all people.
You got a +1 again. It's not like you were intimately studying their things because it is too late. You were past the part where they're talking openly.
Okay, so I'm just wasting their time for an additional 30 minutes while I finish my
Sure.
food.
If that's what you want to do, you can do that. Again, they're kind of just eyeballing. They're eating food and having light conversation, but nothing they are saying is giving you a feeling or whatever that they are against Lord Bow or pro Lord Bow. They're kind of just prodding and poking questions. Some of it is merchant related, some of it is politically related, some of it, you know what I mean? Nothing is like, aha, they hate him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't expect to get anything of like they hate him necessarily vibe,
Yes, but yeah, there's no one that is like
okay.
an enemy at his table. But there's also none of them that are like trying to suck up to him. They're just having like they're equals at a table.
Gotcha. I will then they're all wearing unique garb or just normal garb?
I mean, they are lavish guard. They're obviously lords and ladies. There are other people at the table that are kind of like their hand servers, their courtiers, or whatever you want to call them, that are kind of like there. But the
Do
lords
they
and
have like
ladies,
their own private carriages? I'm asking.
you would assume that the lords and ladies have their own private carriages, or in this case, vehicles. They probably have cars. Heck, one of them might even have an airboat.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside and look for Bo's car.
Okay, so you leave and are followed by a crowd of yahoos.
I would like to push my luck to escape.
Okay, do so.
Oof. 2 and a 6, and that's with passion 2, 6 plus 2, a total of 10.
A total of 10. All right, without giving you any negatives, I'll let that go. So all that means is you get an extra thing. You still have some kind of price to pay, but it's not too bad. You're going to lose a fatigue as you make your escape.
Okay.
But as you are escaping, you do see someone who looks like they are trying to draw you over to cover as you're running away.
I move over. Who is the individual?
So a young man, probably a couple years younger than you at this point, waves you down. He has a large breastplate and some armor, and he looks like some kind of soldiery type, but doesn't have Earth Nation armor. It looks to actually be Northern Water Tribe silliness. Which you will remember that North and South Water Tribes are not really a thing anymore, so this is like outdated armor.
Okay. Definitely ancestral. I'll go and I'll slink away while the guards keep on running or something.
Okay, yep. Mark 1 fatigue for you running like the wind. But so he looks over and says, "Hey, I see you're getting chased by the bow levers."
yes, I am. A little tight on me. Not to say my arm.
What's your name?
Oh, well, what did not give their name before? Who's asking?
My name is Lynn.
Len. Nice to meet you, Len. My name is Long John.
Hello, Long John.
What are you doing?
I am spying. Is the
Spying.
right word that I'm going to use.
Would you like a new outfit?
No. I'm pretty happy with what I'm wearing.
I'm just saying, you might be able to fool him. Be a spy if you have one of these.
I mean, I know I'm not fooling him at this point. I'm just spying.
Already knows your face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, well, so you're just spying on him, or are you trying to get some particular information? What are you looking for? Maybe we can help each other.
Maybe. I mean, I just didn't want the weirdos to beat you up. They're a little obsessed with anyone that goes around him. I don't really need any help. It's not like no one's impeding me. You just look like you needed a hand.
Always willing to take it if there's one outstretched. So you're just looking to, you're just watching him? That's all you're doing? Not doing anything else?
Nope, just watching.
Are you watching because one of your proprietors is inside of this place negotiating with them, or you aligned with one of the big shots talking to him, or?
I mean, yeah, but I'm just doing what I'm told.
Which one would I be able to pinpoint which individual that would be?
No,
out of the group?
No, none of the other Yahoos look like Northern Water Tribe peoples.
I would try to pry.
Okay. Would you like to trick or plead, or how would you like to gain the information?
Plead.
Okay, so plead with him. What do you really say?
Say like, come on, this guy. I hate this guy. I hate him. If I'm completely honest with you, I'm gonna plant a bomb in his car. It's like, that's how much I hate him. When he starts the engine, it's gonna explode, and I hope he has a full tank of gas.
What is your role, please?
Okay. That's not bad. 5 and 2. Plus nothing, 7.
Okay, so you succeed, but they need more evidence that this is the right course of action to
I pull out a bomb. Okay, is this enough evidence?
Easy. That was it. You saying you're gonna car bomb him / you can't kill my uncle. That's rude as fuck.
Because you can't kill my uncle?
Yeah. What do you mean blow him? What has he ever done to you?
He came into the restaurant I was at, and he literally punched the soul out of someone. That's my friend. Okay.
Wait. Does that mean he uses a move?
Is that really smart? I got a bomb.
Look, he's using a move. We'll see if this works.
Fuck! I didn't want to fight anyone. I thought he was going to be our friend.
It's not a combat. It's just a move.
This isn't a technique. Ooh. Techniques are fights.
Yeah. So he is going to act with his principles. And he is basically going to call you out on yours. Not that he knows what yours are, but he's just gonna.
You call me out first. Call me out. You won't blow him up. You bitch.
No, he's calling you out on your care principle.
He doesn't know my principle, so he can go fuck him.
That's fair. I mean, I guess he could plead with you. That'd probably be a more appropriate thing.
Don't blow up my uncle.
To be fair, that's a fairly valid argument for someone.
Yeah, seriously. We're going to go with he pleads right back with you. So total of 9, which is you need some more evidence. This could be the right course of action. Giving guidance to right resources before they act.
How do we know really his nephew, huh? What do you have? I don't know no Northern Water Tribe-ness.
Oh boy.
I mean,
you said you're a spy.
I'm spying on him because he asked me to. I'm just practicing.
That don't make no sense. Where's your courier card?
I don't have one. Please don't blow him up, though. He's a good guy. He's trying to make deals and make the world a better place.
No.
Look at all the people he's inspired that would die for him.
He's brainwashed.
No,
you do realize, like, the Dai Li brainwashed people.
What do you mean?
Your uncle Your uncle is a serial murderer. I would like to trick him if he is not. Is he a serial murderer? Because I feel like his uncle's a serial murderer. So I feel like that's not even a trick.
I don't know if you I don't think you can trick him because you don't know if that's the truth or not. So
which is exactly
what you could do is guide. How about you could use guide or comfort?
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll guide him towards thinking his uncle's a murderer.
All right. So roll with harmony.
Harmony. Fuck. I'm so bad. I hate this. 5. I'm gonna turn my dice. It's fucked up. 6. Doesn't matter.
Why are you rolling so well? Gosh dang.
I got an 11 because I have no pluses.
Okay. With an 11, if they embrace your guidance and comfort, you may also shift their balance. So, on a hit, they choose one. They embrace your guidance and comfort, and they make clear condition, yada yada. And you may ask one question that they must answer honestly. They shut down. You inflict a condition on them, and you shift their balance in response. And on a 10 plus, if they embrace your guidance, you also get to shift their balance. So, since you had a 10 plus, and you hit if they accept your guidance, which is their uncle is a murderer, I think they're just gonna they're gonna shut you down. They give you a 100%.
Even though I won?
Yes, yeah, because they get a choice. They get to choose.
That don't make no sense. What the fuck?
They don't.
They embrace comfort. On a hit, they choose one.
Yeah.
They shut you down. They inflict a condition on you, and you shift your balance in response.
Yeah. So your conditions. I gotta look at the sheet really quick to make sure I'm giving you the right one.
Damn.
So if we look at your conditions here, maybe if I can find them, I think you're gonna take the insecure. Oh, I think it says connecting to chat. That's not good.
Really? I wouldn't take the guilty one? Like, I just possibly lied.
I feel like insecure because you don't really know much about this guy, right?
Yeah, which is why I would probably feel guilty to be like, I just called this guy.
Okay.
Like,
right. I'll coin flip it. Odd, even? Odd, guilty, even, secure? Insecure?
Sure.
That sound fair?
Yeah.
6.
Even guilty. Okay. I'm guilty.
All right. Guilty. That's fair.
Okay. So what's happening now?
I mean, you get to shift their balance. Not that you know which way their balances go, but shift away.
I'm shifting it to whatever the furthest reaches.
Okay, you're just shifting away. Give me left or right, just out of curiosity.
The one that is it already the one it's already moving towards.
We'll say it was centered.
Then I say, right.
Okay, you shift his balance 1 to the right. Not that you know what that is, but it's something.
Okay.
Yeah, Lynn looks upset. As guilty as you are, he almost breaks down crying, trying to prove to you that his uncle is a good person. And that you shouldn't try to blow up his car.
I would like to make a deal with the individual. I don't know how I would do this.
I'm listening.
But I would like to convince him I won't blow up your uncle's car if you tell your uncle I went to that other town that's we went somewhere else. Some other town besides where we're going.
Okay, go ahead and roll a trick.
Fuck. 6. 5. Bro, this is weighted or something, bro.
Trash you.
Create and plus nothing, because create plus 1. So that's a 12.
Okay.
Hopefully they don't get to shift my balance again.
No. With the 12 plus, you're able to do stuff. Let me pull up the thing here. So when you trick someone, On a hit, they fall for it and do what you want. For the moment, on a 7 to 9, you pick one. On a 10 plus, you pick 2. So they stumble and take +1 forward, acting against them. They act foolish. The GM tells you what additional opportunities they give you. Or 3, they overcommit and they are deceived for some time. You get to pick 2. So what do you want them to do?
I get to pick 2 things on trick?
Yeah.
Can I like double down on like, no, your dad's really a murderer, and then be like, no, he's just
remember,
no, that was guiding conflict last time.
Correct. So this time, your trick that you said that you did was that you were, look, I won't blow up the car, but you got to tell them we went to a different town than where we're heading.
Yeah. You said I got to choose 2 things?
You get to choose 2 things.
Off of this list.
Off of that short list, yes. There's literally 3 things you can pick.
They are deceived for some time.
Okay.
What's +1 forward to acting against?
So that literally means the next time you interact with them, you get a +1 to do whatever you're doing. So if you're doing a trick or pleading or intimidating or helping or whatever, you get the +1.
What I'm gonna do is they stumble, +1 acted against them, and they overcommit so that they're deceived for a while, so that they continuously lie to their uncle.
Okay.
I said, thank you.
All right, You've
saved their car. You tell them you overheard us talking with our weasel creature that sniffs stuff. I'll describe whatever that sniffer thing is, and that we skedaddle out of town to the northwest.
Okay, you tell them you went across the bridge to a town to the northwest. Okay, you do so. You join up with your friends at the inn and tell them who you ran into. You guys want to have this actual conversation, or? He explains the situation. How do you guys react? Andrew, Iron?
Sorry for taking up so much time.
Well, I'm glad you didn't end up blowing things up. Now we have a lot to think about, don't we?
Well, as long as we keep the animal in the cage inside, the thing inside, we might be able to wait for him and his boys to run out of town the opposite direction, and then us skedaddle after they leave.
Maybe, but he also knows that we are here.
He knows that we were here, and his nephew is gonna tell him that we left. Because his nephew's a good kid. Good kid. And I may have told him that his uncle is a serial murderer.
I feel like there's a lot of history where uncles are not great people. Or great people.
For example, Uncle Iroh.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, what about Uncle Iroh?
Both a great person and a not so great person, depending on where within the tunnel.
If you were Iroh's kid, your uncle was Ozai, and he wasn't exactly fantastic.
Uncle Ozai?
Ozai.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
You've summoned the you've summoned the noise. Prepare yourself.
Ozai.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
So I say, I did the best I could. My outfit's not working. I gotta take this shit off.
You remove your outfit with one good flex.
Just real life. Just kidding. I love this shirt. Hawaii.
Just stand up straight like a werewolf, skin peeling off.
That's just my background.
The shirt ripped hours ago. He's just been walking around with tatters for a while. He took when he sprinted to run away, his clothes just shredded.
It just turned into like a regular jogger's outfit with the ripped parts.
So you get back into your clothes. The rest of you are back in your regular quote unquote costumes. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to get on the way? Again, you're relatively sure that these people are going to head north and to the west, at least to start, because your friend has definitely convinced you that he definitely talked that kid into deceiving his uncle.
I suppose we could give him the benefit of the doubt and just go along with it.
Okay. So you guys would like to leave the town?
As long as we're not seen by the guards or something, maybe we can disguise our animal to look like an elephant.
I don't think
you have the horse lizard
really
thing right now
to make a horse look like.
Oh, that's true. So he doesn't even see our sniffer. Where's our sniffer at?
Sniffer is some bit above you guys. That's why
the sniffer can burrow underground, so it can escape without them being seen.
Your ally has returned with the sniffer thing. You inform him of all the stupidness, and he just sighs and says, "I guess I'll go make a distraction. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit."
Maybe this will give us a week ahead of voting.
And he does so. So you guys have an opportunity to escape. Would you like to do so?
Yeah, I would like to escape.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to look at the rest of the town, but yeah.
You guys could always
that's
come
it.
back here.
Yeah, we can come back at another time when we're not being hunted actively.
All right, you guys make your escape, and unfortunately for you, you are not dealing with a bunch of idiots. So
no, that's why I said we dug a tunnel underground to escape. That's why I said that.
How long do you think this would take?
It's a mole. It goes really fast.
They don't go that fast.
They go pretty fast. We just gotta wait like 2 hours, and then there's a tunnel.
The mole creature is with its rider, who is making a distraction in the other direction to give you guys a better chance.
That too.
Obviously, it's not working if you just said it didn't fucking work.
Well, if you will let me finish narrating. It seems that Bo, not being an idiot, sent some of his bow levers, or maybe they acted on their own, to guard the perimeter of the town, basically on the way out to, kind of look and watch for people leaving. What would you guys like to do to get around their would-be barricade?
Dig a hole.
You do not have that option. Your digging creature is making a distraction in another area. Also, politely, please don't use another character's cool ability when they're not here.
Can
That's fair.
earth bend a hole?
Yes, but that's not something quiet you can do.
No, I don't suppose.
Unless you have like sand bending or something silly like that.
I was wondering if I could roll for it.
I can set various bombs along different positions in the perimeter, set them off without necessarily killing anyone, to create distractions and guards to go over there at so many different locations that we then walk out the front door because they think that we're on a different side.
It is not guards who are doing this would-be checkpoint, is bow levers. And the guards and bow levers are two totally different people.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
Also,
are you sure you want to be a domestic terrorist?
They wouldn't know it's us. Also, we have to escape.
I mean, sure. Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't know.
We have to escape. Our disguises didn't work.
I mean, they did work for a while. You guys just chose to be right next to the bad guy. Like, I don't know what you want.
They're also criminals. We could just pay them.
Ooh, an interesting choice. You could spend some of your would-be cash.
Yeah, but we already heard about how they're like willing to die for their cause or whatever.
That is something Lee said.
Fucking nerds. All right.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, our disguise, we already did disguises. They're not going to fool him a second time.
What is our ninja
So-
abilities?
So you might not even ninja your way out of this. This might be a time for you to rely on your skills and training to just fight your way through these yahoos who aren't necessarily prepared for your attack.
Also, I have an ability called Walls Can't Hold Me, so we can just literally walk out of one of the sides.
It's like our third fight in the same day.
Though this is the
physically
DM
can't-
letting you guys use moves to get out of the situation instead of a combat.
Yeah,
Give me
so
a
like
second
I'm
to look at my
saying,
moves.
we set off a bomb on one side that is like obviously a big distraction, and then we walk out the other side because I can literally walk through walls.
I mean, that's not really what you can do, but okay.
If
I don't
you
know if
were-
you can't literally just punch through a wall, like just literally poof.
I mean,
you know?
essentially yes, but you can't like walk through a wall. You know what I mean? There's some noise behind it. You're being forceful.
So, like,
I
if
mean,
you were a criminal, if you were a gangster, right, and then you were told to stand at a position, and then a bomb went off on the other side of the city, why would you go address it? You're not the city
That's why
guard.
we do the bomb near one of the gates, but then we walk through the other side of the gate after the bomb goes off.
Are there
Like
gates?
near enough to where it's like a concern for them, but like far enough away where they have to leave where they're at to go investigate it.
Right. He's saying as a criminal, not as a guard. Why would they investigate an explosion?
Because they're trying to find people who they know have bombs.
They know you have bombs.
Probably.
I mean, you have not used any bombs on the bow levers yet.
I haven't, but we have encountered Bo before.
Correct. But in that combat way back when, you didn't blow anyone up. You just shot them.
No, this feels like subtlety.
I don't know how to escape subtly besides disguising myself. Do you have an idea as to how we can do it subtly?
Yeah, I think we quietly, like, try and sneak out without being detected.
You
Okay.
would have to leave
So
the carriage.
We would have to leave the carriage.
Well, how are we gonna
my
escape the
question
carriage out?
is why can't I rely on my skills and training to go through a wall without it being super loud? Like I don't know, like it does not say my ability anywhere that it is loud.
Because
says it's
breaking a
disrupting.
wall's not quiet.
Yeah.
It could be. You could take it apart with a chisel, or whatever. You could go and have a rope tied to it to make it fall down slowly or some
Your
bullshit.
character archetype's name is the hammer. The hammer is not surgical. The hammer is
No.
blunt.
So I'm listening to the idea because part of his back and forth is having care and not having care. So him tactfully taking a wall apart might still use ability, but be careful about it to not make noise. So I'm not arguing that that's a possibility.
Sounds subtle. Sounds subtle to me.
The issue is timing because you can't take a wall down quickly and quietly. You can do so quietly, and you can definitely use it to break through, but you're going to take time to do so. It is really
Which is
just
why I recommend you use a distraction somewhere else to give us that useful time.
okay. But would you like to work on the wall or make a distraction? You're trying to do all the things, and you are one man.
No,
Can't
no.
set a bomb.
Yeah, I think maybe I could take one of Long John's bombs and then walk it over and be the distraction part while he is
And me
busy.
completely with a long enough fuse or several fuses for him to be able to escape from that location to get to our location in the amount of time that it would require for me to take down the wall. Like I could get the wall mostly down and then him go over and set it off or light it to be set off.
Okay.
I kind of want to get the calculation for how long it takes to take a wall down.
Let's nerd it up, dude. How big of a hole are you trying to make?
One for the caravan, right?
What are the walls made of?
Caravan,
Is it
we're
just
not going to be
wooden
getting
plank?
it done today.
We're going. It's an earth bending stuff, so it's all made out of solid stone.
Okay, so
Rith, what kind of bender are you again?
Water.
Do you do the water laser thing?
I can't do the water cutter thing.
So here's my question: why don't we have Rith go with the prepared explosive device with either a push down thing to it or a super long fuse coil thing that he can, light with some flint and steel or a match or whatever, and then the Earthbender assist me in taking down the wall to have a big enough opening for our carriage to leave. Is that a possibility?
How about I just realized something real quick. At the very beginning of the thing, I mentioned that this used to be a very large, mercantile city, and there are some slum areas. Why don't we go to one of those areas, break a wall where there's likely not going to be as many people there, and then go out from there? And then we can just make our way around.
Yeah, is there like a barrio kind of deal?
If you guys would like to try that. As we described in the lore earlier, the old mercantile districts are definitely now slums. Probably in worse disrepair than the other places.
But is it the sort of situation where it's like you have a town that's really well developed, and then people who couldn't live in the town live on the outskirts?
Yeah,
and they're using like tin as the village as roofs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's still earthbending stuff, but yeah, the quality and the upkeep and all that fun stuff. Like they're using dirt molding and stuff. You know what I mean? That's hardened clay comparatively to the granite that everything else is made out of.
Right, and there's not a lot of guard over there and all those kind of positive things. But is that also possibly where more criminal element exists?
That would also be a fair assessment.
I think instead of being so action oriented, I think maybe we do a little observation and see, do rolls and stuff and see what makes the most.
Assess the situation and stuff.
That would be a good move to make.
Yep, I'm down for that one.
So maybe different people do different things. Clearly, Long John wants to bust the wall. So how viable is that? And then Rith is talking about doing the merchant situation. So how viable is that?
I'll take a look at the slum-ish area. See how.
Okay, how about all three of you make an assessment in an area? So, Younger, you're going to assess the wall itself and how easy it would be to dismantle, destroy, get through silently. Maybe, perhaps, depending on your rolls. Long John, that's what Long John's doing. Rith, you are over there causing havoc in the slum areas to see what's up with over there. And then our handy dandy guardian, where are you going? What's you doing?
Let's see if we can talk to somebody who can smuggle us out.
Okay, so you're going to talk to one of the merchants in the area to try to get your way out that way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make some rolls. 12. That's 2 pieces of information. That's 1 piece of information.
Okay.
3 and 1. So I got a 4 plus creativity, which is 1. I got a total of 5.
Okay? So as you come up to this wall, you're like, yeah, I could blow it up, but I'm not taking this thing apart slowly. It would take you.
Okay.
It would take you hours because it's solid granite.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fair assessment.
I can either go through it in a moment or not go through it at all.
You're pretty sure there's not the wall to go through. I mean, again, explosions would work, but explosion. Jumping over to our 7, since you only got one thing. What is the question you're asking about the merchants?
I wanted to see if we could talk to the granddad carrot guy and see if he could hook us up with a way out to his farm.
All right, what here?
Ooh.
I'm gonna change this to who here can I use to escape? So as you talk to some of the merchants, you find one of them that's leaving that has extra space on his wagon. And by wagon, it's a literal train.
Oh wow. Okay.
Can we hitch our caravans to their no? Oh, crap.
He says if you pay him, he'll just attach you straight to the rail line, and he's headed down south where you need to go.
Throw a tarp over it.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That would work.
But also, it costs us money. Maybe your thing doesn't consume any resources, Rith.
Rith has a bit of coin to him, so that is still a very viable option.
Wait, merchant time, right? You're a merchant, so you could have some merchant negotiation shit.
Potentially, but
you're in the slums.
Yeah, I'm in the slums. I'm
What are you
taking a look,
asking?
seeing how. Say that again. I didn't hear you.
You have 2 questions to ask. What are your questions?
What does the state of the slums look like? Like, what is there? Is it like crawling with bow levers? I love that name.
I'm gonna say what should I be out on the lookout for? And yes, very much so. Not necessarily bow levers in general, but there's a lot of shady type looking yahoos that would probably sell you out for a bowl of rice if they saw you here. They might not be bow levers themselves, but they seem very aware of your awkward presence.
Mm.
And then let's see. You have one more question.
So what was the question? It was what could I find to do blank, right?
What here can I use to do blank? Yep.
Yeah.
The other
What
one I
here
would
could I use to find or to get a way out through?
So there is a question that is, what is my best way out and through?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So if you were to escape via the slums, the wall is considerably weaker here. So just traveling through the slums themselves would probably be like, it's not a granite wall protecting them, it's that hardened clay that we talked about before, which would be much easier to destroy explosively or non-explosively.
Okay. So Rith is gonna come back and kind of say what he had found. It's not quite crawling with bow levers, but it is crawling with other people that probably would eventually sell us out. Assuming that is later on once, Bo puts out the word, I'm assuming.
I mean, I want the least amount of eyeballs on us as possible, and it seems like there's a bunch of sketchy people there who would sell us out in a heartbeat.
I'm leaning towards Kwong's train idea.
Maybe Quan has our help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a little bit of money that I won from my escapades as a gladiator.
That you do.
From your Universal Championship.
Yeah. Undefeated champion.
Undisputed.
Right. Undisputed, undefeated champion.
But yeah, I think we're all leaning towards the
defeated
train.
in the ring at least.
I think we're all leaning towards the train.
Yeah, so we want to do the train, and how much money is he looking at? Can we get 5 gold bits? You know,
5 gold bits will get you about 5 whole feet. I'll get you out of town for a favor and 50 gold.
Okay, so first off, DM, you ain't give us that kind of fucking money.
What?
We have infinite money. Don't worry about it.
You ain't giving us you ain't gave us shit.
Again, money isn't really a concept that you have to worry about.
Yeah, pocket change.
Obviously, it's because you just brought it up.
It's fine. Avatar coin exists.
We have 8 and it's sideways.
Currency.
We have an 8 and it's sideways.
Infinite money.
Avatar
Infinite
coin
money.
exists. It's the new Bitcoin.
I have a list of how much money I have.
How much money do you have?
I have a total of 30.
Really?
But you made me spend however much money to buy the chair, which I don't know how much that is.
Leave one of the other allies.
You told us first episode how much money we had.
Yes, it was part of the poll and was.
And I've been keeping track.
Okay, well, so you have 30. What about the rest of you?
Infinity monies. I bid for infinity monies.
Rith is going to counter with 75 and no favor.
More monies. Ooh, so remember, a gold coin is just a representation for how much food it costs for a day.
I think I remember that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I guess my sense of currency in this is a bit off.
Currency really isn't important. It's just a side mechanic I've thrown in there for you.
Yeah, I'll counter with what did you say? 50?
Yeah.
Then I'll change the counter to 60. 60 with no favor. That's the one.
Okay, so just as a note or a question for you guys, how much money do you have? Because the champion over there who got, 20 gold last session?
Yeah, you gave me the 15 and then you gave me an additional 5.
Yeah. So again, that's 20 something days worth of paying for food. I think I started you all with 10, and every time I've told you to spend money, you're supposed to subtract 1. So do you guys even have 50 gold to try and spend as a group? You can assume that your friend in the cart has all 10 of theirs, and they will happily donate it to the cause to get out of here safely.
If that's the case, then we would. What we
Everybody
could
goes
do.
up to this then? Is that what we're agreeing to? That's 50?
I mean, the alternative is we also.
Well, again, there's only 4 of you here currently because one of you is running a distraction mission on the far side.
Right.
So the merchant is asking for 50.
Right.
Yeah.
That's insane money.
It's lots of money. Yeah.
That's 50 days of food.
I vote to
Almost 2
counter
months of
that
food.
with a realistic expectation of like how much would it really cost to let us get out of town?
Oh, like a
Could I? Um.
Yeah, I
Could
just don't know. Is that
Hold
plead?
on.
plead. I like plead.
Hold on. I have an idea. I'm going to try and connect with an NPC via a shared cultural bond.
Ooh.
Both being
Mercantile
merchants.
mindset.
So I'm
Cultural
going to
bond.
roll with my heritage.
Okay.
So on a hit, you see shift balance towards heritage. On a 7 and 9, I choose 1. On a 10 plus, I choose 2. They either accept you, they cease hostilities or antagonisms towards you, they grow to like you. If they already like you, they agree to help you with the problem.
Okay.
So let's see how this rolls.
How about
Right.
20?
Can I take a fatigue to do the help
Okay,
on
first
him?
roll is a 6.
100%. Well, actually, are you guys in the same location?
Yeah, we're all together.
Okay, so you guys have
Yeah.
gone to the dude and are talking to him as a group. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, you can totally use the help. So it gives
Okay, so
Arc 1 fatigue and give them a +1 to their roll after they roll.
Okay, so let's see. That was a 6. That is
Total?
an 8. So we do get to choose the one. I'm going to choose they grow to like you and they agree to help you with the problem.
there's no point in giving the help then. It's annoying.
I
Good fatigue for
well,
nothing.
I mean, I could have rolled
Money stresses you
bad.
out.
I'm sorry.
So as you two kind
I
of
can heal you up on the thing.
give you the whole runaround and whatnot, he goes, "Okay, look, I can live without the gold. I'm doing just fine. But I will need something from you when we get down to the south. I'll explain once we get there, but I'll get you loaded up immediately if that's what you guys would like."
Rith is gonna say,
Awesome. Going south. How far south? All the way to the place? Things?
very well. We appreciate the help. And he's gonna shake hands with the uh train driver, I guess.
Awesome.
Conductor?
Go Riff!
Like the caravan leader.
The caravan leader. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
The
Woohoo! I
caravan.
did a thing.
You did a thing.
I am very tired. Both in game and out of game. I have 1 fatigue left.
I have 2
Same.
fatigues left. When we start combat with our favorite enemy, I go back to being an original me.
But I did it. My merchant heritage actually came in helpful.
Nice. Don't forget to shift your
Yep, the heritage has been shifted.
All right. So this is a good spot to kind of cut scene you guys leaving and traveling off into the sunset to give us a little bit of time to talk afterwards and all that fun stuff. So let's do our growth bits as you guys have finished the session without any combat, instead escaping on the train. Choo choo!
We did it.
We did a
where's my
session
growth
without
questions?
direction. Just kidding.
All
Where
right.
are my growth questions?
Let's go through the basic ones and then we'll go through your personal ones. So this is for all of you guys to
Details.
listen to. So first and foremost, Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Northern Water Tribe, or at least somebody dressed as the Northern Water Tribe. Bo might be related to the Northern Water Tribe. And he has a nephew who's a son who is now lying to his uncle on our behalf. I think that's interesting because he didn't want me to blow up his car.
I feel like that's just kind of a normal thing, but yeah, you know what? All right.
I don't think that's normal. I've only encountered somebody saying that there was a bomb in a particular location at one point. It was when I was in Fairbanks, Alaska at a heart walk.
Huh.
And I was like, you know what? If there's a bomb, I'm going to find out. And there wasn't. I got a new backpack out of it.
This man over here stealing backpacks to be a mobile bomb carrier for some random Yahoo.
There's no bomb.
Iron, what did you learn?
Did you resolve an issue or conflict relying on something other than your trainings? That last bit towards the end, I think would count towards it. I didn't use my training. I used my my heritage as a foundling to help us, get through things.
Okay.
My dual double heritages.
Yeah, I'm for it. That's good. We got to finish the regular questions though, not personal questions.
Oh, sorry.
I believe Andrew was asking for the first thing. What did you specifically learn that was challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Oh, I suppose to my character, he's not very well familiar with the slums, so kind of going there and seeing things, even if it was only for a little bit, and seeing wow, there's a lot more going on.
The depravity.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, considering the fact my character kind of was given a golden, a silver spoon.
Yeah,
so it's just interesting for him.
All right, Andrew, how do you answer the question?
I am torn about the fact that there is a lot of good reasons to see Bo as a good guy.
Yes, he is showing some positive qualities.
Yeah, so that's really bothersome for me, and I really needed to get into the discussion to be like, why are we trying to fuck this guy up? Because it seems like he's helping out this little pedunk town, with a restaurant and then getting a bunch of lords together. So if that conversation didn't take place, this revelation that Bo could potentially were the bad guys in the story, didn't love that.
All right. Did you stop dangerous threats or solve a community problem? I don't think you did.
To be fair,
just kidding. You stopped some thugs at the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also prevented a car bombing.
You were the car bomber.
But it was prevented. There was a dangerous threat, and I stopped it.
No.
With negotiations.
No. You don't get to be the bad guy. I didn't actually do the bad thing.
Yes, I do. I could have done it.
No.
But I didn't.
So as a note for the system, right? Your characters are not meant to be murderers. Right? That is you're supposed to be heroes and good guys. So taking morally gray actions is okay. Doing straight up evil things is not.
Pause.
Yeah. The
bomb doesn't necessarily have to kill Bo. It just ruins his mode of transportation so that he cannot follow us in a time limit.
Your description was as soon as he opens the door, kaboom.
Actually, my description was as soon as he starts the engine.
Okay, you're right. Tell me how that's better.
Well, it's better because he can start the engine and then all the wheels explode. Boom! Like underside car bomb, and I don't know the type of fuel. I don't know if they use gasoline. They could use water as their fuel source for all I know, because it's water bullshit, right? And so I don't know if it's steam powered. I don't know if it's magic powered. I don't know what sources. So it's not necessarily combust.
It's 100% steam powered. BT dubs.
Okay. And so the thing is that would only be combustible once the area is fully pressurized. And when they begin the ignition, entire thing probably isn't pressurized yet. It takes a little bit to get pressurized, and so the bomb going off wouldn't cause a massive explosion because it's subject to just the engine compartment, which is covered and everything.
If you say
I dare you to test that by holding a stick of dynamite.
No. What I'm saying is that if there is a stick of dynamite,
we're gonna skip past this argument because it didn't happen. The argument of you can't use a car bomb or say I didn't use a car bomb, and get yourself a point. That's the whole argument, and we're stopping there. Side note: you guys should know that you guys are heading to Imberbrook, is the town you guys are stopping at.
Going south to somewhere called Emberbrook?
Yep, so it's at the very southern tip of the mountain ranges, right before a small lush forest before the coast.
Also, we discovered a series of local lords and ladies from various locations that have at least some relation to Bo in this town.
Maybe. I don't think that goes with stopping a dangerous threat or community problem. But
no, it goes along with we know something in the world.
Okay.
A unique thing.
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
I would have ended my session at the center if we had engaged in combat.
I did not end the session in the center because I used my heritage in order to move one to the right to get us out.
Does taking a hit for Riv count as moving someone or not getting a shift from the balance?
Well, you just have to end at your center. So if it is not at center, then it you don't get the point. And you did not guide someone, so it doesn't count either.
Got it.
So like if you guys had used, if you guys did use the guiding whatnot, but it was on an NPC, not one of your companions. All right, personal stuff. Starting with our guardian.
Did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others? I left. I left the restaurant. I was like, no, this is goofy. And that is a completely selfish act. So I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, the hammer. What about you?
He had to get up from his throne to talk to us, so I removed him from his throne. He was removed. He was removed from the throne because he got up from his chair to go talk to us. So I think I should get it for disposing of him.
Deposing.
I don't think he was deposed, but that's not the question we're talking about.
That's literally the question.
No, that's your penultimate one.
I only. Oh, that's it.
Did you make progress towards your goal against your adversary? That is your question. The thing that you are looking at is your like special power ability thingy that you get to bring them down. That is not your growth stuff. When you complete that, you get extra bonus stuff. Your growth goal is kind of down towards the bottom underneath your clearing conditions.
Details.
Did you make progress? I mean, know people.
I would say yes to that.
Okay.
I think you made progress, but you definitely didn't depose him and complete your goal because that has a whole different thing. That gives you a whole advancement, not a growth point. It's a whole advancement point.
I don't know the difference.
So once you get 4 growth points, you get an advancement point. So you spend advancement points to get new moves, up your stats, unlock your balancing. Remember, we started the session with Andrew's character getting his moment of balance.
Okay. Okay, so I'll take it if that's the case. Progress towards your goal.
Okay, so that just get you a regular growth point.
That's fine.
Which I think I think that gives both you and Iron 4 to get your advancement point. Would you guys like to spend your advancement point before we run off?
No, I'll probably get with you on that later. I need to go to bed because it's 1:30 in the morning.
So
I
Well,
will
my
catch you all
question-
later. You have a lovely day. This was
Okay.
a lot
Have
of
a
fun.
good one. Bye.
Bye.
So you said that we get 2 growth points as a group, right?
So they're not group points, right? If it's something that the group all did, you guys can all say, "Hey, we all did this." Then cool.
Yes. So we did that twice, right?
Did you qualify for the 3
So-
main questions? So there's 3
Some you
questions that are
succeeded
always
on,
the same.
some I failed on.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not all determined by the same thing. You have to determine if you succeeded or failed on the 3 basic ones that everyone asks, and then you have one personal one for your character sheet. You definitely
Yes.
did the ones for your character sheet, and I think you discovered something that was personal about your about the world. And then
Yeah.
the other 2, I don't think you did.
So
Did
it
you
was
get the
discovered.
balance one?
I did not get the balance one. It was the first one.
Okay, so
Okay.
you
Right.
got 2 more points. You are already at 2 points. So you are at 4, which converts
I was
to
at 3
one.
points.
Okay, whatever. So you'll be at 1 point and 1 advancement point. And you can either keep your advancement point and spend it later, or you can spend it now because we're going through a long cutscene.
So what I was getting at was I thought I got 3 points from this session. The
Why
3 points being 1 personal growth point
Okay.
and 2 group growth points, where we
So-
discovered something about the world and handled a threat.
Okay.
And then,
Okay, yeah, I forgot. You guys got the handle of the threat. Yeah, so you did get 3 this session.
which means I will get a complete growth, which gives me an advancement point, and then I'll be at 2 growth.
That sounds
Correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so for those of you watching, we're gonna end the video, and then we're gonna do a little after action review with these 2 yahoos since we've already lost Iron, unfortunately. So thank you guys for watching. Code for the next couple days is still love 907. Love 907. What's the date?
LV.
Huh?
LUV.
LUV. Yes, all right. Yeah.
Love.
Love. Yeah, we still got a couple days in the month, so not revealing the new code. I will probably reveal the new code Wednesday for our D&D session, because I think that's the first. Yeah. Maybe, perhaps. Or it's the 28th. It's one of 2. Either way, Wednesday we'll probably have the new code.
Tomorrow, Wednesday is the 28th, and the week after, Wednesday is the 6th.
Okay, so it's this coming Wednesday, so 28th. So it'll be the day before, but I'll give you the new code anyway. Wahaha. But the code for this month is still LUV, all caps 907. 10% off at the website. Andrew, you got anything fun or exciting to share with us before we run away?
I am looking for a couple of players for a Shattered Obelisk campaign for tomorrow night, Wednesday. If anyone's trying to play some Dungeons and Dundons, I know you guys are running a D&D game as well. So,
Yeah,
if anybody,
funsies, so. All right, you guys have a wonderful night, and we will talk to you later. You guys stick around. We gotta do the after action stuff. Sound effects.
Auf Wiedersehen, stream.